जस्तै अग्लिएको महसुस भइरहेको छ हामीलाई। हामी पहिलो दीक्षान्त समारोहमा छौँ मदन भण्डारी विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि विश्वविद्यालय। 10 वर्षको यो दुधे बालक आज क्रमैसँग हिँड्ने प्रक्रियामा छ। यहाँहरूलाई देख्दा हामीलाई एकदमै खुसी हामीले महसुस गरिरहेका छौँ। बाटो अप्ठ्यारो छ, देखिहाल्नुभयो। त्यो बाटोबाट यहाँहरू आइदिनु भयो हामीसँग आज दिनभरि रहनुहुनेछ। यति भनेर यहाँहरूलाई स्वागत गर्दै हामी दुईजना टिममध्ये मेरो नाम राजीव सुब्बा हो। म डिजिटल टेक्नोलोजी प्रोग्रामको कोअर्डिनेटर र एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स रिसर्च मोबिलाइजेसनको पनि कोअर्डिनेटर। यहाँहरूलाई हार्दिक स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु।
नमस्ते, यहाँहरूलाई हाम्रो राजेशले स्वागत गरिसक्नु भएको छ र म चाहिँ हाल मदन भण्डारी विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि विश्वविद्यालयको अर्ग्यानिक एग्रिकल्चर प्रोग्राममा एज असिस्टेन्ट प्रोफेसरको रूपमा कार्यरत छु। म डाक्टर अनुपमा श्रेष्ठ शाह। हजुरहरूलाई फेरि पनि हाम्रो यो प्रथम दीक्षान्त समारोहमा हार्दिक न्यानो अभिवादन गर्दै हार्दिक स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु।
धन्यवाद। हामीले अलिकति समयलाई लिने प्रयास गरिरहेका छौँ। हाम्रो बोर्ड अफ ट्रस्टिजको श्री पद्मज्योतिज्यूको अध्यक्षतामा बोर्ड अफ ट्रस्टीको मिटिङ अहिले सञ्चालनमा छ। 3 जना विद्यार्थीको दीक्षान्तको निर्णय गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ। मलाई लाग्छ अर्को 5 मिनटमा त्यो बिओटीको मिटिङ सकिन्छ। केही कुराहरू मैले यहाँहरूलाई राख्न चाहेँ। पहिलो, चितलाङ काठमाडौँबाट वास्तवमा धेरै टाढा छैन, तर बाटोको दृश्य हामीले हेऱ्यौँ अथवा बाटो हेऱ्यौँ भने हाम्रो ललितपुरको जुन एउटा रिमोट एरिया जस्तो फिल हुन्छ, हैन? चितलाङ आउने हाइवे नेपालकै ऐतिहासिक सडक हो भन्ने हामीलाई जानकारी छ। तर पनि विगतमा यसमा प्रगति नभएको हुनाले अझै पनि त्यो बाटो कच्ची रोडै छ। तैपनि हामी विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू, फ्याकल्टीहरू र हाम्रा स्टाफहरू दैनिक जसो हामी त्यही बाटोबाट दैनिक रूपमा मदन भण्डारी विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि विश्वविद्यालयमा आइराखेका छौँ। त्यही बाटोमा हामी चाहिँ प्रयोग गर्छौँ। बाटो आज केही हदसम्म मलाई लाग्छ यहाँहरू जस्तो नेपालका शिक्षा क्षेत्रमा, व्यापार क्षेत्रमा विभिन्न सेक्टरबाट विभिन्न चाहिँ व्यक्तित्वहरू आउनु हुने भन्ने सडक विभागले सुनेर हो कि क्या हो, बाटोलाई आज अलिकति चिल्लो पारेको छ भन्ने मलाई आज फिल भएको छ। म सधैँ त्यो बाटोमा गाडी चलाएर आउँछु, आज चाहिँ बाटो अलिक चिल्लो भयो। ओहो, बरु त्यतिकै छोडिदिएको भए त्यत्रा चाहिँ हाम्रा चाहिँ पाहुना वर्गले हाम्रो दुःख पनि थाहा पाउँथ्यो कि भन्ने लागेको थियो। बाटो चाहिँ आज चिल्लो बनाएको मैले महसुस गरेँ। त्यसको लागि यहाँहरूको लागि म पुनः धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। बेला बेलामा यसरी जानकारी दिएर आउनुभयो भने हाम्रो बाटोलाई चाँडै बन्छ कि भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ। र चितलाङको सन्दर्भमा राणाकालमा गाडी बोकेर लाने बाटो यही नै हो। त्यसमध्येका एकजना वृद्ध व्यक्ति श्री गोलेज्यू केही समय वर्ष अगाडि बित्नुभयो। उहाँको मूर्ति निर्माण हुने कुरा पनि छ यो हाइवेमा। चितलाङको आफ्नै महत्त्व छ, ऐतिहासिक महत्त्व। यहाँ तपाईँले टुडी खेल पनि पाउनुहुन्छ, यहाँ तपाईँले नारायण हिटी पनि पाउनुहुन्छ, बालाजु जस्तै 7 धारा पनि पाउनुहुन्छ। चित्ल भनेको अब विभिन्न मिनिङहरू छ। म नेवारी भाषाको जानकार त होइन, भले म काठमाडौँको चाहिँ बच्चा हुँ, होइन? तर पनि चितलाङको एउटा युनिकनेस छ। कसैले त्यसलाई चैत्य जाने बाटो पनि भन्छ, कसैले चैत्य ढुङ्गाले बनेको चैत्य पनि भन्छ। बट नन्दलेस बेसिकली चितलाङ चाहिँ नेवार बस्ती, पुराना नेवार बस्तीको झलक तपाईँले अहिले पनि गएर चितलाङमा तपाईँले पाउन सक्नुहुन्छ। धार्मिक हिसाबले पनि चितलाङको एकदमै महत्त्वपूर्ण छ। लक्ष्मीप्रसाद देवकोटाज्यूले लेख्नु भएको गाना जुन छ, कुन मन्दिरमा जान्छौ यात्री भन्ने गाना चितलाङमा बसेर लेखिएको हो। जब नेवारहरू अन्य हिन्दू धर्मावलम्बीहरू आफ्नो धर्म कर्मको लागि काशी जाने बेलामा यहाँ बसेर जाने लहरै गएको देख्दाखेरि उनको मनमा त्यो गाना खुलेको हो भन्ने भनाइ छ। त्यसैले चितलाङको आफ्नै विशेष किसिमको महत्त्व हामीले हाम्रो नेपाली समाजमा पाउन सक्छौँ। अब मदन भण्डारी विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि विश्वविद्यालय, जसलाई हामीले प्यारले MBUST भन्ने गरेका छौँ। अलि इनर्जी भएका साथीहरूले कहिले MBUST पनि भन्नुहुन्छ, इफ भन्नु होला त्यो पनि कहिले रमाइलो लाग्छ, तर हामी चाहिँ MBUST भन्ने चलन हाम्रो छ। MBUST को परिकल्पना आजभन्दा 10 वर्ष अगाडि भएको हो। त्यो चाहिँ एउटा उच्च शिक्षाको लागि यो बनाउनु पर्छ भनेर सुरु भएको हो र नेशनल इन्स्टिट्युट अफ इन्जिनियरिङ टेक्नोलोजी 2015 सालमा त्यो सुरु भयो। अनि त्यसपछि आएर बोर्डहरू गठन भए। बोर्डहरू गठन भइसकेपछि हाम्रो कानुन पनि आयो, MBUST कानुन स्वयं आफैमा आयो। त्यसपछि पहिलो ब्याच चाहिँ हाम्रो डिसेम्बर 16, 2023 मा चाहिँ आयो भने फ्याकल्टीहरू रेगुलरमा कन्भर्ट हुनुभएको चाहिँ मे 5, 2024 मा हो। हाल हामीसँग 66 जना विद्यार्थीहरू हुनुहुन्छ, 13 जना PhD, 53 जना मास्टर्स लेभलमा अध्ययन गरिराख्नु भएको छ। हाम्रोमा 5 वटा प्रोग्राम छ। अब यति भनिसकेपछि अब हाम्रो यो प्रोसेसन सुरु भइराखेको छ। हामीले प्रोसेसनलाई लाइभ टेलिकास्ट गरेका छौँ, फेसबुकमा लाइभ टेलिकास्ट छ। प्रोसेसनको अगाडि सुकुन्दा छ। सुकुन्दाको डिफ्रेन्ट माने हुँदो रहेछ। त्यो पनि साधारण मानेमा चाहिँ सु माने तेल, कुन्द माने लेक अथवा भेसल, तेलको त्यो चाहिँ युटेन्सिल भन्ने बुझिन्छ, जुन अस्पिसियस मानिन्छ र वैवाहिक कार्यक्रममा, धार्मिक कार्यक्रममा प्रयोग हुन्छ नेवारी कल्चरमा, जसलाई अहिले राष्ट्रिय स्तरमै सुकुन्दा प्रचार प्रसार भइसकेको अवस्था छ। त्यसै गरिकन त्यो प्रोसेसनमा अगाडिपट्टि 2 जना भाइ बहिनीहरूले फ्ल्याग बोक्नु भएको छ। एउटा हाम्रो नेपालको झन्डा, अर्को हाम्रो विश्वविद्यालयको झन्डा। नेपालको झन्डाको बारेमा मैले केही भनिरहनु पर्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्दैन। विश्वविद्यालयको झन्डा व्हाइट ब्याकग्राउन्डमा, जसले प्युरिटी देखाउँछ, स्वच्छन्दता देखाउँछ भने त्यसमा 8 वटा डट चाहिँ विश्वविद्यालयको नाम राखिएको छ। त्यो 8 वटा बिन्दुहरूले 8 वटा प्लानेटलाई इङ्गित गर्छ। So basically, the MBUST logo features 8 dots symbolizing the 8 planets of our solar system. Just as planets revolve around the shared center, MBUST places knowledge, hard work and innovation at the core of its values. त्यसैले हामीलाई के लाग्छ भने जुन एउटा परिकल्पना गरियो MBUST को विज्ञान तथा प्रविधिको क्षेत्रमा हाम्रो चाहिँ केन्द्रमा रहेर हार्ड वर्क, इनोभेसन, साइन्टिफिक इनोभेसनहरूलाई चाहिँ हामीले प्रचार प्रसार गर्नेछौँ, त्यसमा हामी काम गर्नेछौँ। र प्रोसेसनको अग्रभागमा रहनुभएका छन् हाम्रो चिफ गेस्ट, आजका प्रमुख अतिथि डाक्टर जमिल साल्मी तथा हाम्रा BOT चेयरपर्सन श्रद्धेय श्री पद्मज्योतिज्यू, र दोस्रो रोमा हुनुहुन्छ हाम्रा श्रद्धेय अभिभावक प्रेसिडेन्ट डाक्टर राजेन्द्र जोशी तथा ट्रस्टी प्रोफेसर सुजान पोटिया। थर्ड रोमा हुनुहुन्छ ट्रस्टी श्री श्रीराम कृष्ण एन्ड CNI का अध्यक्ष वीरेन्द्र पाण्डेज्यू। चौथोमा हुनुहुन्छ हाम्रो ट्रस्टी मिस्टर चुडामणि पौडेल एन्ड मिस्टर घनश्याम उपाध्याय। पाँचौंमा हुनुहुन्छ प्रोफेसर ज्ञानबहादुर थापा एन्ड मिस्टर लोचन गेवाली। छैठौंमा प्रोफेसर पुष्कर बज्राचार्य, दुवैजना हाम्रो बोर्ड अफ ट्रस्टी मेम्बर हुनुहुन्छ। र सातौं प्रोफेसर सुदर्शन सबै हाम्रो हुनुहुन्छ। र आठौं रो र नवौं म्यानेजमेन्ट टिम 2 जना भाइस प्रेसिडेन्ट मिस्टर पद्मसुन्दर जोशीज्यू र डाक्टर दिनेश राज भुजुज्यू। र नाइन्थ रोमा हुनुहुन्छ डिरेक्टर डाक्टर कृति कुसुम जोशीज्यू। उहाँहरूको प्रोसेसन यहाँबाट बाजा गाजा सहित त्यहाँ अगाडि बढेर झन्डुताङ कार्यक्रममा जाँदै हुनुहुन्छ। परापूर्व कालदेखि बनाइएको प्रचलनमा रहेको यो धुन जुन सुनिराख्नु भएको छ नेवारी संस्कारमा, संस्कृतिमा भएको, यो चाहिँ बसन्त धुन हो। यो बसन्तको आगमन भयो, सरस्वतीको आगमन भयो भन्ने जुन हाम्रो चाहिँ एउटा परिचलन छ, सांस्कृतिक हिसाबले हामीले त्यसलाई मान्ने गरेका छौँ, त्यो धुन बजेको छ। यो बाजामा सनाईको प्रखर तपाईले सुन्नुहुन्छ, सनाई प्रशंसक सुनिराखेको छ। सिन मादल हेर्दाखेरि अलि ठुलो मादल जस्तो देखिन्छ, ताहा भयो। यो कम्बिनेसनको जुन उहाँहरू लोकल्ली यही चितलाङका निवासीहरू हुन्। मैले एकजनालाई सोधेको थिएँ कति वर्षदेखि चलाइराख्नु भएको छ भनेको धेरै वर्ष भयो परापूर्व कालदेखि भन्नुभयो। अनि तपाईँ कति वर्ष पुग्नुभयो भनेर सोधेको 75 वर्ष भन्नुभयो। मान्छे हेर्दा 50 वर्ष जस्तो देखिनुहुन्छ। मलाई लाग्छ चितलाङको हावापानी त्यति राम्रो छ कि मान्छे 75 वर्षको मान्छे 50-55 वर्षको मात्रै देखिन्छ। त्यो प्रोसेसन अहिले अगाडि बढ्दैछ। यति भनेर केही समय मैले यहाँहरूलाई विश्राम दिन चाहे। त्यो म्युजिक सुनौ अनि त्यसपछि हामी झण्डोत्तोलन कार्यक्रममा जान्छौँ।
Yes, respected dignitaries, faculty members, proud parents, dear graduates, students, and all ladies and gentlemen. Today we mark the milestone as we are entering into the journey of celebrating our first commencement ceremony. Now this procession will be shortly followed by flag hosting by our Honorable Chairperson of MBUST, Mr. Padma Jyoti, sir, symbolizing our shared commitment to knowledge, innovation, and national development. So I would like to request you all to stand up during the flag hosting, followed by the university anthem. And I would also like to request our media persons over there to be ready for our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you all to stand up. Now we will have our flag hosting by our Honorable Chairperson of MBUST, Mr. Padma Jyoti sir. Actually, we wanted to see, but due to the curtains, I think today we are not able to see the hosting from here, but we can watch it later in live streaming or recorded version.
झण्डोत्तोलन कार्यक्रम सुरु भयो। अब नेशनल एन्थम युनिभर्सिटी एन्थम सुरु गरौँ। फास्ट ट्र्याक।
Pada bola. Jangan lagi tu kalau bola ni. Kita kalau wire ko पछि bener kan. Live होता है। स्ट्रीम हो गया। मेरोबाट भइरहेको छ।
अब आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ एकैछिन हामीलाई बियर गरिदिनु होला। हाम्रो यो दीक्षान्त समारोहको पहिलो अनुभव हो। केही कुराहरूमा अलिकति ट्युनिङ गर्नुपर्ने भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ। सो नेक्स्ट दीक्षान्त समारोहमा हामी त्यसलाई सुधार गर्छौँ जस्तो मलाई फिल भइरहेछ। आइसक्नुभयो, अलिकति प्रोसेसन चाहिँ आफ्नै स्पिडमा हिँड्ने भए हुनाले अलिकति डिले चाहिँ हुनसक्छ। अनि उभिन साह्रै गाह्रो भयो भने चाहिँ बस्दा फरक नपर्ला, तर प्रोसेसन आइसकेपछि उभिदिनु होला। थ्याङ्क यू। भोलिन्टियर भाइ बहिनीहरूले 3 जना ग्रेजुएटहरूलाई खोजेर त्यो कुर्सीमा छ भने उहाँहरूलाई जानकारी गराउँ। यहाँ अगाडि आउनुहोस् 3 जना। आज तपाईहरुकै दिन हो, कहाँ पछाडी बस्नु भएको छ? मैले बार भन्ने गरेको छु, जिन्दगीमा पछाडी बस्नु भयो भने पछाडी बस्नुहुन्छ, अगाडि पाएको अवसरमा अगाडि आएर बस्नु। यहाँ कसैले पनि अगाडि आएर बस्नु भन्दैन। त्यो चाहिँ 3टा कुर्सी छ, यहाँहरूलाई राखिएको छ। अल्फाबेटिक अर्डरमा बस्नु होला।
Thank you.
सबैजनाले बधाई दिनु होला। थ्याङ्क यू।
Thank you. We warmly welcome our dignitaries to be seated on the stage at the designated places. Thank you. Chief guest, Dr. Jamil Salmi, DOT Chair, Mr. Bhandari, President, Dr. Rajendra Joshi, Trustee, Professor Sujan Fortier, Trustee, Professor Siram Ramakrishna, Trustee, Mr. Birendra Pandey, Trustee, Mr. Chiramani Paure, Trustee, Mr. Ghanasam Upadhyay, Trustee Professor Gyan Bahadur Thapa, Trustee Mr. Lochin Diwali. Trustee Professor Puskar Bajajare, Trustee Professor Sangeeta Singh, Trustee Mr. Sankar Manshrestha, Trustee Professor Sudarshan Raj Tiwari, MBUST VPs Mr. Padmasundar Joshi and Dr. Dinesh Rajbuzu, MBUST Director Dr. Kriti Kusum Joshi. May I request everyone to rise once again to have our national anthem? And I would like to request to play our national anthem, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you once again being with us. Once again, my name is Rajiv Subba. I am one of your hosts for today. Now I'd like to proceed further with the program with the welcome address. To formally open today's ceremony, we invite President of MBUST, Dr. Rajan Joshi. Before that, I'd like to briefly talk about one story that I know about him. Some 20, I think 25 years ago, when he was the dean of IUE, one foreign missionary, foreign diplomat, Nepali foreign diplomat, got a letter from Xinhua University through our Parashtra Mantralaya, Minister of Foreign Affairs. And the GU had asked about some certificates, international certificates, equivalents to the foreign ministry to check whether this is a valid certificate or not. And it went to the diplomat in one of the countries, and he asked there, because Dr. Joshi is the alumni of one of the respected, reputed university in USSR, and the diplomat wrote a letter to the Vice Chancellor of that university. The Vice Chancellor wrote back, it is very simple that you are asking to us about the equivalency, whether you have the Rajendra Joshi, our alumni, at your own institution. Please ask him. So he is that kind of personality, well known internationally. So I would like to request Dr. Joshi to deliver his welcome address. Dr. Joshi, floor is yours. Thank you.
First of all, I start with taking apologies from dignitaries who do not speak Nepali, understand Nepali, because I am going to speak in Nepali. And the translation will be available for every one of you, and also my address will be posted in social media and our website. So I am not going to read it to make it boring. Yes, ऐतिहासिक प्रथम दीक्षान्त समारोहका सभापति तथा मदन भण्डारी विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि विश्वविद्यालय संरक्षक समितिका सभापति आदरणीय पद्मज्योति, यस सभाका प्रमुख अतिथि डाक्टर जमील साल्मी, आदरणीय संरक्षकहरू, विशिष्ट पाहुनाहरू, धेरै विशिष्ट पाहुनाहरू छन्। हेर्दाखेरि नाम नलिई नहुने, तर नाम लिँदाखेरि मलाई के अप्ठ्यारो हुन्छ भने कसको लिएर भन्दाखेरि अप्ठ्यारो हुनाले माफी मागेर म नाम चाहिँ कसैको पनि लिँदिनँ। तर यो विश्वविद्यालय उहाँहरू बिना बन्ने थिएन भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ कुनै फरक पर्ने छैन है। त्यसकारण सबै आदरणीय विशिष्ट पाहुनाहरूलाई हार्दिक अभिवादन। त्यसपछि हाम्रो संरक्षक महानुभावहरू, हाम्रो संरक्षक जी नै हाम्रो बल हो, संरक्षकको आधारमा यो संस्था टिकिएको छ। त्यसपछि दीक्षित भएका विद्यार्थीहरू, आजको गहना भनेको दीक्षित भएका, प्रदर्शन गर्ने चिज दीक्षित भएका हाम्रो विद्यार्थीहरू हुन्। त्यसपछि गण्यमान्य महिला तथा सज्जनवृन्द अनि प्राध्यापक कर्मचारी र शिक्षकहरू, कर्मचारी प्राध्यापक र शिक्षकहरू जुन बिना यो विश्वविद्यालय रहने थिएन। यस सम्बोधनपछि म सबैलाई हार्दिक न्यानो अभिवादन तथा स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु। अब यो विश्वविद्यालय 2023 साल 23 साल नभनौँ 2080 सालमा हामीले विद्यार्थीहरूलाई भर्नाको निम्ति आवेदनमा आएका थियौँ। नयाँ विश्वविद्यालय बाटो हेर्ने हाल्नु पऱ्यो चितलाङ, अनि कुनै होस्टेल पनि नभएको भनेपछि को आउला र यहाँ। अनि यसो हेर्दाखेरि एक्सपेरिमेन्टल जस्तो आयो भने ल्याबहरू सबै चाहिँ कुनै पनि इक्विपमेन्ट नभएको थियो। यो 2080 साल मङ्सिर 15 को कुरो थियो। अनि अब सबैले हामीलाई सोध्थ्यो, टिचरहरू पनि व्यवस्था भएको छैन, इक्विपमेन्ट पनि व्यवस्था भएको छैन, सबै टिचरहरू पनि धेरै थिएन, कसरी यो विश्वविद्यालय चल्ला भनेर हामीले के सोच्यौँ भने हामीलाई फुर्सद लिने अथवा पछि गरौँला भन्ने अप्सन छ र नेपाललाई चाहिँ छिटो विकास गर्नुपर्छ, सुरु गर्ने नै यसरी नै हो। मैले एउटा केबाट यो सुरु गरेको हो भन्दाखेरि सधैँ नै मैले एकजना त्यस्तै बाहिरबाट आएको गेस्टलाई काभ्रेको एउटा स्कुलमा देखाउन लाँदाखेरि त्यो विद्वानले के सोधेको भने त्यो म्यानेजमेन्ट कमिटीको अध्यक्षलाई सोधिदियो भने चाहिँ यो विद्यालय भवन बनाउनुको निम्ति चाहिने बजेट छ कि छैन भनेर सोध्यो। अनि मैले उसलाई गएर सोधेँ, त्यसरी भवनको निम्ति बजेट भएपछि बनाउने भए त हाम्रो कुनै स्कुलै बन्दैन नि, त्यो त विश्वास भएपछि आउँदै गर्ने हो। त्यस कारण हामीले भन्न खोजे त्यो जोखिम हामीले किन मोल्यौँ भन्दाखेरि उद्देश्य ठुलो भएपछि त्यो उद्देश्यको निम्ति जसरी पनि पैसा आउँछ त्यतिको आधारमा हामीले खोलेको हो। आज 2 वर्षपछि यतिका विद्यार्थीहरू भएपछि, यतिका हाम्रो शुभचिन्तकहरू यहाँ जम्मा भएपछि सायद ठिकै गऱ्यौँ कि जोखिम मोल्यौँ जस्तो हामीले लाग्छ। र त्यसपछि हाम्रो प्रतिबद्धता एज कम्युनिटीको पनि कुनै पनि कसर बाँकी राख्दैनौँ यो एचिभ गर्नको निम्ति। हाम्रो सर हुनुहुन्छ होइन, सर पनि यहाँ नबन्दाखेरि आउनु भएको थियो, कस्तो थियो यो ठाउँ कस्तो भयो। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि बेसिकली हाम्रो उद्देश्य र दूरदृष्टिलाई हामीले लगेको। उद्देश्य हाम्रो के हो भन्दाखेरि समृद्ध र समतामूलक नेपाल बनाउनु, त्यो देशकै उद्देश्य हो हाम्रो, त्योभन्दा फरक छैन। अनि त्यो परिपूर्ति गर्नको निम्ति दूरदृष्टि विश्वस्तरीय विश्वविद्यालय बनाउनु, यो कुराले हामीले साँच्चै गोलबद्ध बन्यो, हरेक स्टेपमा गोलबद्ध गर्यो। अनि गोलबद्ध गरेपछि के भयो त भन्दाखेरि अब हाम्रो चाहिँ सभापतिज्यू पद्मज्योति सर हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँ त यसको अवधारणा चरणदेखि नै हामीसँग हुनुहुन्थ्यो। 2015 सालदेखि जतिजना हामीसँग गाँसिनु भयो कसैले पनि हामीले छोडेको छैन, मद्दत गरेर जानुभएछ। त्यस कारण उहाँ त्यस बेलादेखि अब हाम्रो चाहिँ प्रमुख अतिथि 2016 सालमा नेपाल आउनु भएको थियो विश्वस्तरीय विश्वविद्यालयको कार्यशाला गराउन, उहाँकै सहयोगबाट सबै भएको। अब 9 वर्ष चान्चुन भइसक्यो उहाँ हामीसँगै हुनुहुन्छ। त्यस कारण राष्ट्रिय मात्र होइन अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय पनि हामीसँग प्रतिबद्धता भयो, सहयोग भयो, हातेमालो भयो। त्यसपछि हाम्रो श्रीराम रामकृष्ण प्रोफेसर उहाँ हाँस्दै हुनुहुन्छ, त्यो वर्कसपमा उहाँ आउनु भएको थियो। त्यो कार्यशालामा उहाँले यस्तो भाषण दिनुभएको थियो कि त्यो अजीब लाग्दो, नेपालमा यस्तो हुनसक्छ भने। उहाँलाई याकानी यति होटेल अगाडि बसेर मैले सोधेको यो अलि चाँडो भयो केटाकेटी कुरो भयो कि नेपालमा विश्वस्तरीय विश्वविद्यालय भयो, उहाँ त यो लेट भयो, यो त गर्नुपर्ने अस्ति नै गर्नुपर्ने भन्नुभयो। हरेक दिन उहाँलाई इमेल लेख्यो भने बेलुकी चाहिँ जवाफ आउँछ है, एभ्री इभिनिङ यु रेस्पोन्ड टु इमेल आई सेन्ड इन द मर्निङ होइन, त्यस्तो किसिमको छ। त्यसपछि हाम्रो प्रोफेसर सुजान फोर्टियर मोन्ट्रियलको मैगिल युनिभर्सिटी टप 100 क्लासको टप 100 को युनिभर्सिटीको उहाँ चाहिँ संरक्षक बन्नुभयो। संरक्षक बन्नुभएपछि संरक्षक मात्र बन्नु भएन 80 सालमा। त्यसपछि उहाँ चाहिँ प्रेसिडेन्ट सेलेक्सन गर्ने कमिटीमा बस्नुभयो, भाइस प्रेसिडेन्ट सेलेक्सन गर्न सबै शिक्षकहरू प्राध्यापकहरू उहाँले नै सेलेक्ट गर्नुभयो। म पनि त्यसरी नै सेलेक्ट भएर आएको। त्यत्रो ठुलो काम चाहिँ विदेशको मान्छेले गर्नुभएको छ होइन, हाम्रो प्रोफेसर सुजन फोर्टियर। त्यसपछि अर्को हाम्रो इन्ट्रेस्टिङ कुरो के हो भने अब हाम्रो ऐनको कुरा गरौँ होइन। ऐन गर्दाखेरि अब कति गाह्रो भएको त यहाँ बस्नेहरू धेरैलाई थाहा छ पनि होइन। हामी सँगै कोठामा बसेर पनि ऐन ड्राफ्ट गर्ने हाम्रो महानुभावहरू पनि यहाँ हुनुहुन्छ। तर यो ऐन यस्तो ऐन नेपालमा बन्न सक्ला भनेर कसैले चिताएकै थिएन। कसैलाई डर लाग्छ संसारकै उत्कृष्ट भन्दाखेरि एउटा मात्रै होइन, सबभन्दा उत्कृष्ट हो। यस्तो ऐन संसारमा कहीँ पनि छैन यत्रो नहुँदैन। अनि यो कसरी सम्भव भयो भन्दा हजारौँ शुभचिन्तकले गरेर, एकजनाले गरेर भयो होइन। धेरैजनाले यो जुन दूरदृष्टि र उद्देश्य लिएर हामी हिँड्यौँ कसैले पनि यो गर्नु पर्दैन नेपालमा भनेन विदेशमा पनि भनेन त्यसले गर्दाखेरि त्यस्तो खालको चाहिँ ऐन प्राप्त भयो र यसमा चाहिँ नामै लिएर कसैको चाहिँ भन्नुपर्ने छ अब निवर्तमान सम्माननीय राष्ट्रपति विद्यादेवी भण्डारीजीको यसमा देन छ निवर्तमान प्रधानमन्त्री सम्माननीय खड्गप्रसाद गोयलजीको देन छ शेरबहादुर देउबाजीको छ पुष्पकमल दाहालजीको छ हरेकले यो विश्वविद्यालय बनाउनुको निम्ति केही न केही निर्णय चाहिँ गर्नुभएको छ उहाँहरूको निर्णय बेगरी आउँदैन त्यसकारण राष्ट्रले आत्मसात गरेको ऐन हो यो अनि मन्त्रीज्यूहरूमा गिरिराजमणि पोखरेलजी देवेन्द्र पौडेलजी शिशिर खनालजी अशोक राईजी सबैले आफ्नो काम गर्नुभयो सांसदहरू त्यतिका सांसद महानुभावहरू सचिवजीहरू कर्मचारीहरू अन्य सुचिन्तकहरू त्यसले गर्दाखेरि यो इतिहास रच्ने खालको हो अनि पछि अब यो विश्वविद्यालय बनाउनु त हामीले भन्यौँ यस्तो विश्वस्तरीय विश्वविद्यालय बन्नलाई त दशौं अर्बौं पैसा चाहिन्छ किङ फाहद अब्दुल्ला युनिभर्सिटी भन्ने साउदी अरेबियामा भयो 10 बिलियन 10 अर्ब डलर राखेर बनाउन सुरु गरे भियतनाममा वर्ल्ड क्लास युनिभर्सिटी बनाउँदैछ 400 मिलियन पैसा राखेर एकैचोटि डलर अब हामी कसरी सुरु गर्यौँ कुनै प्रतिबद्धता सरकारको थिएन विश्वास के थियो भने महान उद्देश्यको निम्ति स्रोत त आफै जुट्छ नि अहिले जुटी पनि रहेको छ पुगेको छैन अझै पनि जुट्ला जस्तो लाग्छ सिर्फ त्यस बेला हामीले 56 लाख रुपियाँ दियो त्यो सुरुमा अर्को वर्ष कति आउँछ कसैले पनि भन्न सक्दैन थियो अहिले चाइनिजलाई देखाउँथ्यो कसैलाई देखाउँथ्यो त्यो 35 अरब आउँछ चाइनिजबाट भन्दै त्यो त पर्खँदै छौँ आइसकेको छैन तर 56 लाखबाट सुरु गरेकोमा अहिले सरकारलाई धन्यवाद केमा दिनुपर्छ 2 अरब 30 करोड रुपियाँ दिइसकिन सरकारले आफ्नो पैसा दियो त्यति सिटिमित त आउँदैन त्यसकारण विश्वास छ त्यसकारणले हामी 2-4 जनाको अध्यक्षको कसैको होइन देशले निर्माण गरिरहेको एउटा विश्वविद्यालय नेपालीले केही गर्न सक्छ भनेर देखाउँदै गयो अनि हामीलाई थाहा थियो सुरुदेखि नै पैसा पुग्दैन भनेर त्यसकारण विश्वविद्यालय सुरु हुन अगाडि तयारी गर्दा स्रोत जुटाउनु सुरु गर्यो 9 करोड 33 लाख आम्दानी गरेका छौँ जुन विश्वविद्यालयले फीबाट पैसा नै खास उठाउँदैन 9 करोड 33 लाख अनि दाताहरू पनि गएर पैसा माग्यो घर घर गएर 425 जना दाताले पैसा दिएर जानुभएको छ 1 करोड 31 लाख हाम्रो पुगिसक्यो डोनेसन मात्र त्यो फन्डमा त्यस्तै अमेरिकामा हाम्रो शुभचिन्तकहरूले एउटा एभरेस्ट फन्ड अफ साइन्स एन्ड टेक्नोलोजी भनेर गठन गरिदिनु भयो नन प्रफिट 21 जना दाताले $47,000 दिनुभयो त्यो भनेको 65 लाख भइसक्यो अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ ब्रुस प्लेसनर केनिची वासी सुरेश बस्नेत भन्ने 3 जना चाहिँ डाइरेक्टरहरू हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरूले त्यस संस्था सञ्चालन गरिराख्नु भएको छ त्यो संस्था कस्तो छ भन्दाखेरि यो विश्वविद्यालयले पैसा दिने मात्र बनाएको संस्था हो त्यस्तो बनाउनु मिल्दैन लुप होल सबै खोजेर त्यस्तो संस्था छ अमेरिकाको ट्याक्स पेयरको पैसा हामीले आउँदैछ ट्याक्स वेभर गरेर अनि यो मिसन र भिजनबाट धेरै आकर्षित भएका छन् अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय समुदाय राष्ट्रिय समुदाय त्यसले गर्दाखेरि बिना पारिश्रमिक काम गर्ने मानार्थ चियर मानार्थ प्राध्यापक हाम्रो धेरै छन् उहाँहरू नभए हामी चलाउन सक्दैनथ्यौँ अनि अब धेरै छ यस्तो फेयर यस्तो त हामीले कुरा गर्नुपर्ने स्वच्छन्द भएर सामुदायिक विद्यालय माध्यमिक विद्यालयले हामीले जग्गा नदिएको भए यो त बन्ने नै थिएन जग्गा ल्याउनु त नेपालमा धेरै गाह्रो छ होइन जग्गा दिनुभयो त्यसकारण हामी विद्यालय परिवार त्यस्तै नामै लिनुपर्नेमा हाम्रो परशुरामजी अब त्यहाँ जागृत रायमाझी हुनुहुन्छ कि हुनुहुन्न आउँछु त भन्नुभयो त्यो थाहा भएन होइन परशुरामजीले अब हामी यहाँ हार खाएर चितलाङमा पनि जग्गा नमिल्ने भएर फर्कन ल्याए बेला हामी गएर हेरेको चाहिँ भिडेको सरकारी जग्गा पनि सरकारले नदिने भनेपछि परशुरामजीले म विद्यालयको लिइदिन्छु भन्ने कुरो भएपछि यो कुरो सबै सुरु भयो त्यसमा चाहिँ धेरै मान्छेहरू चाहिँ समावेश हुनुभयो त्यति सहिले स्कुलको जग्गा आउँदैन तर त्यसले चाहिँ ठुलो काम भयो त्यसकारण मैले के भन्नु खोजेँ भन्दाखेरि सार्वजनिक विद्यालय भनेको सार्वजनिक भने कसैको पनि होइन होइन कसको हो र सार्वजनिक भने त्यहाँ मान्छे फेरि हुन्छ अपनत्व हुँदैन तर यो सार्वजनिक विश्वविद्यालय भए पनि राष्ट्रिय अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय समुदायको अपनत्व भएको विश्वविद्यालय सम्पूर्णतया फरक प्रकृतिको विश्वविद्यालय म निवेदन गर्न चाहन्छु अनि अलिकति म विश्वविद्यालयको पहिचान सम्बन्धी कुरा गर्नु। यो विश्वविद्यालयको पहिचान र अन्य विश्वविद्यालयको पहिचान फरक के माने फरक छ भन्दाखेरि यसलाई ऐनबाटै विश्वस्तरीय बनाउने अभिभार दिएछ नि। संसारको कुनै पनि ऐन त्यस्तो छैन जसले विश्वस्तरीय विश्वविद्यालय बनाऊ भनेको छैन कहीँ पनि छैन। यो नेपालको एउटै मात्र हो। अब यस्तो काम दिएपछि त हामीले सिरियसली काम गर्नै परेन। अनि समुदाय पनि गोलबद्ध भएर आयो। आज हाम्रो 3 जना विद्यार्थीहरू दीक्षित हुँदैछन्। अब दीक्षित हुने विद्यार्थीहरूको कुरा गर्दाखेरि एकजनाले जैविक कीटनाशक निकालेको छ। जैविक कीटनाशक भनेको काटे रोग लाग्छ काउली बन्दामा, त्यसलाई त्यहाँकै किराले त्यहाँकै ब्याक्टेरियाले त्यसलाई मार्ने एउटा काम गरेको छ। अर्कोले अब किवी त ज्यादै राम्रो फलफुल भन्ने कुरा भएछ। किवी खाएपछि चाहिँ अहिले युरोपियन युनियनले पनि राम्रोसँग चाहिँ पाचन प्रक्रिया राम्रो हुन्छ भन्ने खालको कब्जियत हुँदैन भन्ने चाहिँ प्रमाणित गरे। त्यो किवीलाई ट्रान्सप्लान्टेसन गर्न त्यो नयाँ फल हो। हामी कहाँ कसरी ट्रान्सप्लान्टेसन कलमी प्रविधिबाट गर्ने भनेर निकालेको छ। अब उहाँ चाहिँ किवी फार्मरै हुने भन्ने कुरो छ अहिले। त्यसले चाहिँ अर्ग्यानिक खेती कसरी प्रवर्धन गर्ने भनेर मास्टर्स डिग्री सिद्धाउनु भएको छ बाहिर छ। अर्थात् के हो भने प्रत्येक विद्यार्थी केही न केही काम लाग्ने सिप लिएर गएको छ। त्यो सिपले के आफ्नै के उद्यम खोल्छ कि कसैले उसलाई चाहिँ लिएर जान्छ। हाम्रो पहिलो विद्यार्थीलाई त हानथाप छ, धेरैले हामी कहाँ आऊ भनिरहेको। त्यस कारण कुनै किसिमको बाहिर भागेर जाने अथवा काम नपाउने भने चाहिँ अब हाम्रो 2019 सालमा स्थापना भएको विश्वविद्यालय बाहिर 3 वर्ष अझै पनि भइसकेको छ। 9 जना प्राध्यापक 6 जना कर्मचारी मात्र छ, धेरै छैन। 49 जना स्नातकोत्तर तहका विद्यार्थीहरू छन्। त्यस 49 जना विद्यार्थी पनि हरेकले आफ्नो आफ्नो रिसर्च गर्ने विद्यार्थी, हरेक फरक फरक स्किल लिएर आएको। त्यहाँ एउटा क्लासमा पढाउन नमिल्ने खालको विद्यार्थीहरू छन् र 13 जना पिएचडी छन्। कुनै पनि 2 वर्ष विश्वविद्यालयमा 13 जना पिएचडी हुनसक्छ र हामी त्यहाँ विश्वास गरेर आए 13 जना पिएचडी छ। अर्को वर्ष उहाँहरू निक्लनुहुन्छ। 4वटा कार्यक्रम चाहिँ हाम्रो विद्यार्थी छ, 5वटा चाहिँ स्नातकोत्तर छ। हामी उद्यमसँग सहकार्य गर्दैछौँ अनि हरेक उनीहरूले उद्यमसँग सम्पर्क भएको हुनाले प्रत्यक्ष रूपमा लाभान्वित हुने उद्यमलाई कामहरू गर्दैछन्। अनि त्यो 9 जना प्राध्यापकले 12वटा ग्रान्ट पाएछ। सम्भव छ त्यो 9वटा, 2वटा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय, 10वटा राष्ट्रिय ग्रान्ट छ, रिसर्च ग्रान्ट। अनि हाम्रो अरू अचम्मको बानी के पनि बस्यो भन्दाखेरि यो अफिस आवर भनेर पनि कुरा निकाल्छ। अफिस आवर भन्ने त यहाँ पुरै गर्दैनन्। जुन बेला पनि इमेल लेख्छन्, जुन बेला पनि काम गर्छन्, त्यो उनीहरूको त कल्चरै बनिसक्यो। अनि अब बिल्डिङ कन्स्ट्रक्सनको कुरा गर्ने 11,000 वर्ग मिटरको 4वटा भवन बने। यहाँले देख्नु भएको छ होइन। अब यो अगाडिको भवन 22 महिनामा बनेको, अर्को यत्रै भवन 20 महिनामा बनेपछि त्यो पनि रिकर्डै भयो। सायद कतै बने होइन होला। पब्लिक बिल्डिङहरू 500 किलोवाटको सौर्य ऊर्जा छ। अहिले पनि हामी बेच्दैछौँ। 200 किलोवाट चाहन्छौँ, अहिले बेचिरहेका छौँ। हाम्रो मोबाइलमा आउँछ त्यो। 40 कोटी 3,000 वर्ग मिटरको अतिथि गृह बन्दैछ। अझ 8,000 वर्ग मिटरको ठुलो भवन चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ जग्गामा लागेको छ। 16वटा। त्यो प्रयोगशालाको विशेषता के छ भने अस्ति एकजना कोरियाबाट पिएचडी गर्ने युएसमा गएर पोस्टडक गरेको विद्यार्थीले भ्रमण गर्न आएको थियो। हामीले त लागेको के हो भने हाम्रो विश्वविद्यालयको अति राम्रो हामीले बनाउन सकेका छौँ उनीको ल्याबोरेटरी भनेको। उहाँले पब्लिक फोरममा मैले गरेको एउटा प्रेजेन्टेसनमा अनलाइन यस्तो ल्याबोरेटरी हामीले कोरियामा देखेका थिएनौँ भन्छ। अनि पछि भूषण सरले अर्को दिन आएर यहाँ सोद्धाखेरि हो त्यस्तो त त्यहाँ थिएन भन्छ, तर बनाएका हामीले नै हौँ। त्यस कारण हामीले यति दत्तचित्त कुरा गरेका छौँ। प्रयोगशालाको ठ्याक्का व्यवस्थापनको कुरा गरिहालेँ। अनि यसको पृथक पहिचानको कुरा गरिसकेपछि यो भ्रष्टाचारबाट मुक्त र दलीय राजनीतिबाट मुक्त भन्दाखेरि कहिलेकाहीँ सङ्कोच पनि लाग्छ, कहिलेकाहीँ खुसी पनि लाग्छ। अनि एउटा त्यहाँ कन्सेप्ट फ्रेम भनेर पनि राखेको छौँ, सबैले फोटो लिएर जाओस् भनेर। यहाँको त्यसको अर्थ के हो भने अब अरूलाई खबरदारी गर्ने हामी आफैलाई हामी तपाईँहरूले त्यसो प्रमिस गरेको हो, त्यसबाट दायाँ बाहिर जानु हुँदैन भन्नलाई त्यस्तो फ्रेम बनाएर। त्यस कारण हामी अब कहिले पब्लिक इन्स्टिट्युसन भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त दल हुन सक्छ गरेर देखाइसक्यौँ भन्ने हो हाम्रो प्रत्येक हुने। अनि अब यो सबै काम कसरी भइरहेको भनेर सबैले सोध्छन्। युएसको मान्छेहरूले सोध्छन् कसरी यो 2 वर्षमा सबै कुरा हुने विश्वविद्यालय। हामी कहाँ भए त त्यो ल्यान्ड घर बनाउने पर्मिसन पनि पाउँदैन भन्छ। कसरी भइरहेको छ गर्न नछोड्ने, सबै ठाउँमा कन्भिन्स गरेर जाने होइन, चुनौतीपूर्ण छ। तर डटिएर लागेपछि सबै कुरा हुँदो रहेछ। त्यसकारण अहिले हामीलाई के लाग्छ भने कुनै बेला विश्वस्तरीय विश्वविद्यालय बनाउँछ भन्दाखेरि त्यो नचाहिने कुरा गरेर हिँडे जस्तो कसैले लाग्ला, हामीलाई चाहिँ ठिक लाग्न थाल्यो। अब हामी निर्धक्क साथ भन्न सक्छौँ विश्वस्तरीय विश्वविद्यालय बन्छ बन्दैन भन्ने कुनै पनि सङ्कोच छैन हामीलाई, किनकि यत्रो समुदायले हामीलाई समर्थन छ, या भएका नभएका। अब यहाँ हेर्दाखेरि आशै आशा भयो, तर देशमा त निराशा छ नि। 80-90 लाख मानिस त बाहिरै छ नि। त्यो कसरी गर्न सम्भव भयो भन्दाखेरि यो ऐन नभएको भए हामी यसरी बोल्न पनि छ, यहाँ उभिने पनि थिएन। ऐनले नै के गरिदियो त भन्दाखेरि पोलिटिकल पदमा बसेको कुनै पनि मान्छे हाम्रो विश्वविद्यालय संयन्त्रमा नराख्ने गरेर ऐन निकालिदियो। हामीले नराख्ने थोरै हो र त्यो त ऐनले राख्नु दिएन। ऐनले नराख्न बिनासाथ त दलीय राजनीतिबाट छुटकारा त्यसै पनि पाइयो होइन र। अब यो चिज ऐनले हामीलाई सहजीकरण गरिदियो। अब हाम्रो व्यवस्था संरक्षक समिति त्यो गरिराख्न प्रतिबद्ध छ। तर त्यति गरेर समस्या समाधान हुने रहन्छ, त्यो सबै विश्वविद्यालयमा ऐन बनाइदिएर पुग्ने रहन्छ। पहिलो संरक्षक समिति त सरकारले नै बनाउनु पर्छ नि, पब्लिकमा अरू कसले बनाउँछ, कसैले बनाएर त मिल्दैन बनाउनु। अनि त्यो बनाउँदाखेरि त खेल सबै किसिमको फेरि सुरु हुन्छ। तर सरकारको सदाशयता ऐन बनाउँदाखेरि पनि यसमा पनि जुन समुदायले यसलाई लिड गर्न खोज्यो त्यो समुदायले भने बमोजिमको संरक्षक समिति बन्यो। अर्थात् चाहिँ पोलिटिकल कलर आउने अथवा पोलिटिक खेल्ने कुनै किसिमको दलीय राजनीतिको प्रभाव पर्ने मान्छे एकचोटि नभए अब कहिले पनि त बस्दैन यहाँ, किनभने त्यो ग्यारेन्टी भयो। किनभने अब गएर अर्को संरक्षक राख्ने भनेको यही संरक्षक समितिले हो नि। त्यसकारण यी सबै कुरा सम्भव भएको चाहिँ एउटा स्वामित्वबाट हो, अर्को चाहिँ सरकारको सदाशय। त्यसकारण सरकार बिना, हाम्रो राजनीतिक बिना, त्यसपछि चाहिँ सांसद बिना देश बन्छ भनेर चाहिँ कल्पना नगरौँ। खालि कल्पना के मात्र गर्नु भने उनीहरू खराब छैनन्, कुरा बुझाइदियो भने बुझ्छन् भने बुझ्नु, कुरै नबुझिरहेको चाहिँ नगरौँ भन्ने मेरो चाहिँ बिन्ती हो। अनि अर्को एउटा अप्ठ्यारो कुरा नेपालमा यो सबै चिज बनेकोमा म तपाईँहरूलाई सोध्छु, कसरी EIS के होला भनेर सोध्नु होला होइन। EIA भनेको त्यो चिज बुझिसकिँदैन। त्यो EIA भन्नेलाई पर्खेर हामीले बसेर यो कुनै पनि भवन बन्दैन। हाम्रो हिसाबले यो EIA नचाहिने हो, उहाँहरूको हिसाबले EIA चाहियो। तर कुरा हाम्रो लागु हुने रहेछ, उहाँहरूको लागु हुने भयो। त्यस कारण फटाफट गरेर बनाउन थालेर बन्यो। त्यस कारण हामीले के भनेको भने चाहिँ नियम कानुन पाल्न, मूल्य मान्यता पाल्नमा म के निवेदन गर्न चाहन्छु भन्दाखेरि देश विकासलाई घाटा पुर्याउने नियम कानुन देखाएर यो नियमले तिमी काम गर्न छोड्नु, देश बनाउनु छोड्नु भन्न पाइँदैन। स्वरै आएन त्यो नियमले काम नगर्ने भएपछि त्यो नियम चाहिँ मैले राइट अफ गरेँ भन्न सक्नुपर्छ। त्यो भन्दाखेरि पार लाग्छ कि लाग्दैन, हामीले पार लगायौँ। त्यस कारण सबैलाई खराब नगरौँ, महालेखा पनि खराब छैन, वन मन्त्र त्यो त भिड्नु पऱ्यो, लड्नु पऱ्यो, अनि पछि हुँदो रहेछ होइन। त्यस कारण बेसिकली हामीले कुनै पनि काम नियममै तोकेको, कानुनमै तोकेको, यदि त्यसले हाम्रो सुसञ्चालनलाई घाटा पर्छ भने हामी मान्नवाला छैनौँ, डिक्लेयर गर्ने गर्छौँ। त्यही मात्र तरिका हो जसबाट नेपाल चाहिँ विकास हुन्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ होइन। अब यो जोखिमपूर्ण छ, धेरै जोखिमपूर्ण छ, किनभने हरेक ठाउँमा गएर तपाईँले उभ्याइ नै हाल्छ नि, यो किन गरिस् ऊ किन गरिस् भनेर। तर अब त्यो त गर्छु भन्ने भएपछि मलाई डर किन लाग्दैन भन्दाखेरि म त यो सबै समुदायसँग गुहार्न जान सक्छु नि। बरु सर मलाई यस्तो पऱ्यो के गरौँ भन्दाखेरि हरेक कुरो सहयोग गर्दो रहेछ, कसैले पनि नै भन्दो रहेछ। अब अहिले विश्वविद्यालयको चुनौतीतर्फ जाउँ। अहिले मैले अलिक छोट्याएँ, लामो भएकोले विश्वविद्यालयको चुनौती भन्दा सबभन्दा ठुलो चुनौती पैसाकै हो। 2 अरब 30 करोड त दियो भने यसलाई त अर्को 10-20 अरब चाहिन्छ होइन। अनि सबभन्दा ठुलो चुनौती भनेको अनुसन्धानमुखी विश्वविद्यालयको लागि विद्यार्थी त सबभन्दा राम्रो चाहियो नि, MIT हार्वर्ड जाने नै चाहियो नि। अब पासै नगरेको, बलतल्लो पास गरेको, चोरेर पास गरेको विद्यार्थी काम लाग्दैन। त्यस्तो विद्यार्थीलाई त सबैले लिनु खोज्छ नि होइन। हाम्रो McGill युनिभर्सिटी प्रोफेसरले सधैँ भन्नुहुन्छ तपाईँको राम्रो विद्यार्थीको बिच कम्पिटिसन चाहिँ हाम्रो विश्वविद्यालय, तपाईँको विश्वविद्यालयभित्र हामी चाहिँ सबै किसिमको सुविधा दिने, अनि तपाईँहरू फी पनि तिर भन्ने, अनि पछि स्कलरसिप पनि दिनु भने को बस्छ तपाईँहरूका, कोही पनि बस्दैन। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि हाम्रो नीति के हो भने सबैलाई पैसा नलिनु। अहिले दुःखको कुरा चाहिँ त्यो गर्न सकिएको छैन, केहीलाई मात्र गर्न सकिएको छ। अनि सबैलाई स्कलरसिप दिने सुरुमा गरेका पनि थियौँ हैन। त्यसकारण हाम्रो विश्वविद्यालय चलाउनलाई सबैलाई स्कलरसिप दिनैपर्छ, सबैलाई फ्री पढाउनै पर्छ, रिसर्चको निम्ति पढाउनै पर्छ। हिजो हाम्रो चाहिँ एउटा राउन्ड टेबल भएको थियो, प्रश्न सबैले के भन्छ त भन्दाखेरि रिसर्चलाई सरकारले खर्च गर्नुपर्छ, त्यसमा दुविधा छैन, त्यो त सोध्ने प्रश्न नै होइन। त्यही कारण सबै देशहरू विकास भइरहेछ। यो रिसर्च ओरिएन्टेड पढ्ने विद्यार्थीलाई फन्डिङ गर्ने, रिसर्चलाई फन्डिङ गरे हो नि, त्यो त त्यस कारण उनीहरूसँग फी लियो भन्ने कुरो भयो, भन्ने कुरो भयो। अनि त्यसको निम्ति त सरकार के भन्छ, अब सरकारको चल्नु के हो भन्दाखेरि अब त्यो उच्च शिक्षा भनेको त वर्ल्ड ब्याङ्कले सिकाएको, त्यस कारण सरकारलाई पनि कति गाह्रो पर्छ होइन। फी उठाएर लागत साझेदारी अथवा चाहिँ लागत रिटर्न हुने गरेर गर्ने भन्छ। त्यो फर्मुला हामीलाई काम नलाग्दाखेरि अब हामीले के गर्ने त, पैसा भएन भनेर नगर्ने त, त्यो त गर्न मिल्दैन। त्यसै आफैले कमाएको 9 करोड 31 लाख रुपियाँबाट विभिन्न किसिमबाट त्यो बिजुली बेचेर पनि छ एउटा, हामीले विद्यार्थीसँग फी दिएका 1 करोड 24 लाख 84 लाख हामीले खर्च गरिसक्यौँ आफ्नै पैसा विद्यार्थीको लागि। 1 करोड 2 करोड 41 लाख चाहिँ हामीले कमिट गरिसक्यौँ, अब दिनुपर्छ। अनि हामीले के हिसाब गऱ्यौँ भने अब हाम्रो चाहिँ विद्यार्थी कम छ भने सबैले खोइ त खोजेको थियो, 50 जना नभए 60 जना नभए पनि विश्वविद्यालय हुन्छ। तर वर्ल्ड क्लास युनिभर्सिटी त्यस्तो हुनु पर्दैन। अब क्यालटेकमा कति छ, 2000 त छ नि विश्वविद्यालयमा, यो अहिले बने विश्वविद्यालय हो र त्यो पुरानो ठुलो विश्वविद्यालय त जुन बेला बनाए त्यस बेला रिसर्च ओरिएन्टेड नै थिएन नि, हिस्टोरिकली ठुलो भयो हो, रिसर्च ओरिएन्टेड ठुलो बनाउनु पर्दैन। हाम्रो त बन्ने अहिले चाहिँ अब 200 जति बनाउने हो, 10 वर्षमा 800 जति पुर्याउने हो, अनन्त कालमा 3000 भन्दा नबढाउने विश्वविद्यालय। के किन भन्दाखेरि 200 जना विद्यार्थी, 50 जना विद्यावारिधि र 50 जना स्नातकोत्तर पढाउन हामीलाई वार्षिक 6 करोड 34 लाख त विद्यार्थीले दिन मात्र चाहिन्छ, अरूको त कुरै नगरौँ। त्यो पैसा नहुने हो नि त हामीले। त्यस कारण ठुलो विश्वविद्यालय हाम्रो बन्दैन, त्यस कारण ठुलो विश्वविद्यालय बन्ने भन्ने अपेक्षा पनि हामीले नगर्ने होइन। अब कुरो आयो पैसा कसरी उठाउने त, सबभन्दा मैले धेरै विश्वास गरेको त देश बनाउनुको निम्ति चाहिँ हामी सबै देशवासीले पैसा दिन्छ नै होला होइन भन्ने हिसाब हो। त्यस कारण हामी माग्दै नै हिँड्ने हो। अनि त्यसबाहेक सरकारले पनि केही चिज गर्न सक्ने छ, सहिलोसँग गर्न सक्ने सामाजिक उत्तरदायित्व भन्ने रकम छ अहिले। 15 करोड भन्दा बढी प्रफिट पाउने व्यवसायले 1.5% अफ प्रफिट दिनुपर्छ भने, अब त्यो दिनुपर्छ त भन्यो, त्यसको निम्ति त्यो खर्चको रूपमा मान्ने भने तर खर्चको रूपमा एउटै पार्लियामेन्टले मान्छ, अर्कै केही पार्लियामेन्टले मान्दैन। त्यस कारण त्यति इन्सेन्टिभ चाहिँ भएन उद्योगपतिहरूलाई। त्यसपछि अनुसन्धानको लागि एक्सपेन्डिचर गऱ्यो भने त्यसलाई खर्च मान्ने प्रचलन चाहिँ संसारभरि छ, हामी कहाँ त्यो प्रचलन छैन। अनि दानदाता दिँदाखेरि पनि त्यो चाहिँ उसलाई चाहिँ खर्च मान्ने अधिकार छैन, दानदातामा पनि ट्याक्स तिर्नुपर्छ, त्यो गर्न सकिन्छ। अनि हामीलाई पैसा सरकारले पुरा दिँदैन, तर हामीले गएर बिजुली बेचेकोमा ट्याक्स तिर्नु भन्नुहुन्छ होइन। अब पैसै नपुग्ने दिएपछि त्यसरी ट्याक्स तिर्नु मिल्छ, तर बिजुलीमा त ट्याक्सै तिर्नु नपर्ने पनि ट्याक्स माग्यो, त्यो ट्याक्स त बिना भयो। तर पैसा नपुगेर हामीले व्यवसाय गरेर कमायौँ भने त त्यहाँ आफैले राख्न सक्नुपर्छ, ट्याक्स तिर्ने र त्यसलाई पैसै नदिनेलाई। त्यो त सरकारले गर्न सक्छ। धेरै देशमा चाहिँ विश्वविद्यालय कमायो भने म्याचिङ फन्ड दिन्छ, 1 करोड कमायो भने 1 करोड 2 करोड 5 करोड। हाम्रो सिङ्गापुर विश्वविद्यालय 1 करोड कमाउँदाखेरि 5 करोड सरकारले दिन्छ भन्छ। अब अन्तमा गएर म दीक्षित हुनेलाई बधाई दिन चाहन्छु। अब दीक्षित हुने विद्यार्थीहरू 2 वर्ष अगाडि आएको हेर्दाखेरि मलाई पनि अचम्म लाग्यो, किन आयो होला, खालि विश्वविद्यालयमा केही नभएको ठाउँमा बहादुरले गर्नुभयो तपाईँहरूले होइन र। त्यो बहादुरीको पछाडि के पनि छ भने उहाँहरूको जुन हाम्रो नारा थियो देश बनाऊ भन्ने होइन, सबै नेपाल बनाऊ, त्यसमा पनि अलिकति माया लागिहाल्नुपर्छ, एउटा चान्स दिइहालौँ भनेर आउनु भएछ। त्यस कारण उहाँहरूको बहादुरी त हामीले सधैँको निम्ति कदर गर्नुपर्छ। र 2 वर्षसम्म यसरी बस्नु कि अब यो त विश्वविद्यालयको शिक्षक कर्मचारी होइन, परिवारै होइन, परिवारै भएर बस्यौँ, अब छुट्दै हुनुहुन्छ। तर छुट्ने त उहाँहरू भौतिक रूपमा मात्र हुन्छ होइन, मानसिक रूपमा त हामी एउटै परिवार हौँ। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि उहाँहरूलाई आफ्नो दैनिक जीवनमा, व्यक्तिगत जीवनमा सफलता त कामनै गर्नु पर्यो। तपाईँहरूको धोको चाहिँ विश्वविद्यालय बनाउनु, देश बनाउने पनि कामना गर्न चाहन्छु होइन, सफलताको। अब अर्को त अब यति धेरै मान्छे आएको चितलाङमा पहिलोपटक होला भनेर पनि हामीले छलफल गरेर आयो होला होइन। किन चितलाङमा आउनुभयो भन्दा यो विश्वविद्यालय भएर आयो भन्दा सबै यसरी आइँदैन। सबभन्दा ठुलो हाम्रो निम्ति ऊर्जा भनेको यो भेला हो आज। यहाँ 50 जना मान्छे मात्र भएको भए मलाई सङ्कोच हुन्थ्यो। अब यो व्यर्थ गरिएको छ कि यो काम भने अब यति ठुलो समुदाय जम्मा भएपछि त यति बलस्फूर्ति हाम्रो बढ्यो कि हामीलाई लाग्छ हामीलाई केही चिजले अब छेक्न सक्दैन। विश्वस्तरीय विश्वविद्यालय त बन्छ समृद्ध नेपाल पनि बन्छ त हामीले बनाउने भने सबै मिलेर बनाउँछौँ। एउटा विश्वविद्यालय बन्यो अब यो चाहिँ फैलिएर जान्छ, अर्को बन्छ यति भनेर फेरि एकपटक चाहिँ हाम्रो विद्यार्थी भाइ दिएर र हाम्रो सबै शुभचिन्तकहरूलाई धन्यवाद हार्दिक बिदा हुन चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद, नमस्ते।
धन्यवाद sir. Thank you, our President Dr. Rajendra Joshi sir. It is said that investing in future means investing in education, and we should educate more and more so that our future generation have a very good nation. So I would like to thank all the visionaries, all the educators, all the faculties, all the civil society who have encouraged in investing in education. Saying to this, I would like to inform you all that we do have an endowment fund. We raise fund for our future, for education, to provide scholarship to our dedicated students who wants to work for the economic rise of our country, Nepal. So whoever are interested can donate now, and why not now, and again. So I'd like to request, we have our QR code in our exhibition sectors as well, so you can also donate to invest, to be part of our vision, our journey. Saying that, now I would like to proceed for our very special segment. Why it's special is that, as we are saying, education is very important, so we are promoting, encouraging to be a graduated or to have an education system. So for that, now we are going for honorary degree segment. So our university, MBUST, today is going to confer the honorary degree to our very special guest. And to introduce our very special guest, I would like to request our director, Dr. Kriti Kusum Joshi, to give introduction about Dr. Jamil Salmi.
Thank you. Respected Chairperson, Chief Dr. Salmi, Trustee, Vice President, distinguished guests, and my dear colleagues. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce a truly remarkable leader in the field of higher education, a visionary whose ideas and insights have shaped universities, including our own Bhandari University Science and Technology, and national education systems across the globe, Dr. Jamil Salmi. Although Dr. Salmi himself humbly refers to himself as a student of higher education worldwide, he is in fact regarded as one of the world's leading experts in tertiary education. He has spent more than 4 decades examining how higher education systems succeed, why they sometimes falter, and most importantly, how they can be transformed to better serve society. Over the course of his distinguished career, Dr. Salmi has provided policy advice to governments and university leaders in more than 100 countries across every continent. His expertise encompasses system-wide tertiary education, reform, strategic planning, institutional benchmarking, financing mechanisms, equity policies, and capacity building for institutions aspiring to achieve world-class status. He has advised not only national governments, but also leading international organizations like the World Bank, the OECD, the European Commission, the Asian Development Bank, and Inter-American Development Bank, among others. His tenure at the World Bank resulted in landmark policy publications on higher education that continue to guide policymakers and university leaders worldwide. Beyond his policy leadership, Dr. Salmi is a prolific scholar, He has authored more than 22 books and over 300 articles. His 2009 book, The Challenges of Establishing World-Class Universities, remains one of the most authoritative works in the field. His most recent article, published in 2025, examines the growing backlash against efforts to promote equity in access to and success in higher education. His writings are not merely academic analysis. They serve as practical roadmaps for reformers and institutional leaders seeking to align higher education with national development priorities and global standards. Dr. Salmi holds a PhD in development studies from the University of Sussex, specializing in the economics and sociology of education, a master's in public and international affairs from the University of Chitlang, and an MBA from Essex Business School in France. What truly distinguishes Dr. Salmi is not only his scholarship or global reach, but his unwavering belief that higher education is a powerful engine for social mobility, innovation, and national progress. Today, as we reflect on the future of higher education and the responsibilities we carry as educators, we are privileged to learn from someone who has devoted his life to studying, shaping, and strengthening universities around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm and enthusiastic welcome to Dr. Jamil Salmi. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Joshi. Now we invite Dr. Dinesh Raj Guzu, MBUST Vice President, Academic and Research, to read the citation for the Honorary Degree Award and request Dr. Guzu to invite Honorable Chairperson of MBUST, Sri Padma Jyoti Ji, to confer the honorary degree upon our chief guest, Dr. Jamil Salmi. We request Dr. Salmi to receive the honorary degree.
Thank you, Dr. Super. Respected chair of this session, better ceremony, POT members, all invited guests. I take this opportunity as an honor and a privilege to read out the citation of this tall personality. As you have just heard, he has already written more than 300 articles, nearly 2 dozens of books. Don't you think it is a big job for me to read out this citation? Professor Salmi, please do not mind if I miss some of the most important contributions that you have made while reading the science. So with your permission, Chair, I read out. Madan, Bhandari University of Science and Technology, in short we call MBUST. Citation for Honorary Doctorate, award to Dr. Jamil Salmi. In recognition of an exceptional and enduring contribution to the advancement of higher education around the world, with a special focus on academic excellence, with inclusion and positive social impact, Madan Bhandari University of Science and Technology proudly confers upon Jamil Salmi the degree of honorary doctor. Through visionary leadership, deep scholarly engagement, and unwavering commitment to inclusive learning, Jamil Salmi has significantly contributed to the strengthening of higher educational systems and universities in more than 100 countries, and inspired meaningful transformation across diverse higher education communities. His groundbreaking writings on world-class universities have been an inspiration for the creation of Madan Bhandari University of Science and Technology in Nepal. He has made a great contribution to the university by providing advice since its conception place to date. His work reflects a deep respect for local knowledge, cultural identity, and social responsibility, while also engaging with global perspectives and advance innovation and lifelong learning. By bridging policy, practice, and innovative approaches, Jamil Salmi has demonstrated how university education can serve as a powerful force for transformative innovation, equity, social cohesion, empowerment, and sustainable development. His contributions resonate strongly with the values of Nepal, and where education is both a foundation for national progress and a pathway to dignity, opportunity, and collective well-being. In honoring Jamil Salmi, Madan Bhandari University of Science and Technology celebrates its first cohort of graduates ready to serve Nepal, its academic and intellectual integrity, and the ethical leadership that stands as an inspiration to students, educators, and Nepali society at large. Thank you, sir.
Photographer. Okay, thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are honored and privileged to invite our chief guest, Dr. Salmi, to deliver the commencement address. Despite his towering persona, Dr. Salmi always says, "I am a student of higher education worldwide." That's his catchphrase all the time. It's very impressive because that shows his humbleness for knowledge, the drive for knowledge. We are privileged to have him here today with among us. Dr. Salmi, the floor is yours.
Mr. Padmajoti, Chairperson of the Board of Trustees, distinguished members of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Rajendra Dose Joshi, President of MBUST, distinguished academic authorities, members of the MBUST senior management and faculty, dear graduates, respected guests and participants. Namaste. A very good morning to all of you. And a heartfelt thanks to the President of MBUST for inviting me to address the first generation of graduates, and in addition, for bestowing upon me the great honor of a doctorate honoris causa, an honor that I received with humility and deep emotion. My thanks also go to the Board of Trustees and the entire academic community for this award that I have just received, not only as a personal distinction, but as a symbol of the shared pursuit of knowledge, critical thought, and service to society. No intellectual or professional journey is made alone. And I must share this great academic recognition with the colleagues, mentors, and communities who have challenged, inspired, and taught me during my professional career. And in this context, I would also like to acknowledge my wife, Martha, who has always been my intellectual alter ego. Thank you for believing in me and for being understanding and patient with my intense work and travel schedule. And when I say intense, I mean more than 100 flights a year. 6 months after the pandemic lockdown, my wife declared that for the first time, she knew what it meant to be married. And hopefully, she meant it as a positive realization, not a complaint. 10 years ago, Dr. Joshi invited me to speak at a workshop on the challenge of establishing a world-class university in Nepal, together with Dr. Siram Ramakrishna. And in that meeting, he presented his dream of a new university that would be innovative, aligned with this nation's development priorities, and free of corruption and political interference. As I was listening to the presentation of this beautiful dream, I knew back then that the inspiring power of the vision of Dr. Joshi and the strength of his leadership and determination would make it happen. 2 days ago, I came here and saw it. I visited this beautiful campus and could with my own eyes see the wonderful achievements in less than 3 years. I'm not referring here to the very nice lab facilities and the buildings, although they are all beautiful. Most importantly, what impressed me was when I spoke with the students, with their professors, understanding their high qualifications, admiring their great talent, and realizing that they're not conducting research for the sake of research, but it's focused on important problems for Nepal and for Chitlang. Dr. Joshi's dream has indeed become a reality, which you can all be proud of, because you have all worked together to make it happen. Of course, MBUST is still a baby university, making its first steps, and its journey has just started. But it has already proven its value as a research institution with the capacity to create new knowledge, with the capacity to find solutions to concrete problems faced by the people living and working in Chitlang, and to the challenges faced by companies throughout Nepal. Speaking now of the MBUST students, it is my great honor and pleasure to congratulate the 3 master's students receiving their degrees today. They are the real heroes of today. And you are not only graduates, you are pioneers, because you are the first one, the first generation of a university that did not exist just a few years ago. And that distinction will stay with you for your entire life. And it's also gratifying to see that 1/3 of the graduates is a woman. You know, the statistics for female students in engineering schools in the United States is only 25%. You have 29% of your student groups, if I'm not mistaken, who are females. So it's a good start. It's not enough, but it's a great start. You have worked very hard these past 2 years to arrive at this day. So you should be duly congratulated for these amazing results. You have a lot of merit, especially those of you whose parents did not have the opportunity to go to university before. I always think of my parents with admiration, because both of them were the first one of their generation to go to university. I personally cannot claim much merit for my educational career, because I was lucky to grow up in a favorable family environment, where both my father and my mother, from the beginning, when I was a young child, encouraged me, guided me, pushed me. So I can only express gratitude for the opportunities they gave me. I'm telling you this because I hope that you are conscious of how privileged you are to have received a great education at MBUST. True, your country has made a lot of progress, but still today only 20% of young Nepalese have the opportunity to go to university. Only 2% have the opportunity to pursue graduate education. So you should be aware that you are fortunate, because your hard-earned degree will open many doors for you. Nelson Mandela, when he took the helm of South Africa as its first Black president at the end of apartheid, said that education is the most powerful key to the world. So you must ask yourself, how do I use this key wisely as I figure out how to shape my future? Today, we are facing many existential challenges, especially the geopolitical upheavals in many polarized societies shaken by populist ideologies and the global threat of climate change. What will be your contribution as young professionals to make your country and our planet a better place? How will you make a positive difference? More than 2,000 years ago, the Roman philosopher Seneca reminded us that courage precedes success and progress. I quote, "It's not because things are difficult that we dare not face them, but because we dare not face them, they are difficult." End of quote. While you were students here, you did not learn only to master the technical content of your program. I know that MBUST is also committed to training future leaders with strong ethical values who will endeavor to use their knowledge wisely for the collective well-being of our societies. As we were walking up to come to this place, I was seeing the mottos of the university, like this one which says, "Welcome, innovate for economic growth." And I saw one which says, "Integrity is our soul and innovation is our goal." Having spent a few years of your life as a student here is one of the most consequential investments you will make your life. So you must use the fruits of these investments wisely as you reflect on your life goals. Not only must you work hard to earn a good living and provide adequately for your family, but you must also think beyond just making money and always ask yourself how your work is contributing to creating a better life for your community, your country, and our planet. And this requires behaving as professionals with a conscience, always heeding the wise words of the US writer John Gardner. I quote, "In questions of mind, there is no medium term. Either we look for the best or we live with the worst." End of quote. Some of you may have read the science fiction novel or watched a movie called The Martian, which imagines how the most powerful countries, sometimes enemies, manage to unite to achieve the engineering feat of bringing back alive a single person who was left behind on a planet very far from Earth. I'm convinced that if young professionals like you join efforts, we could find sustainable solutions to overcome the many threats that our planet is facing, such as hunger, poverty, disease, inequality. All of these being exacerbated by climate change. And as you know better than me, Nepal, your own country, has suffered from the grave consequences in the form of deadly floods, landslides, glacial lake outburst floods, but also at the same time droughts, water scarcity, and forest fires in some parts of the country. So whether you become engineers, researchers, teachers, entrepreneurs, or public servants, climate responsibility will not be an option. It must be part of your professional identity. As former US President Obama said in a commencement address a few years ago, I quote, "This pandemic has woken a lot of young people up to the fact that the old ways of doing things just don't work. That it doesn't matter how much money you make if everyone around you is hungry and sick. And that our society and our democracy only work when we think not just about ourselves, but about each other." End of quote. As was mentioned earlier, in the 30 years of my professional work internationally, I've traveled to all corners of our planet. And this experience has taught me to be much humbler than I used to be. Following the advice of the French writer Marcel Proust, who said that the real voyage of exploration consists not in seeking new lands, but in seeing the world with new eyes. I have learned that it doesn't matter how we look, what skin color is ours, what passport we hold, or which God we pray to. The most important thing is our common identity as human beings, as people who can think, hopefully, rationally, who are creative in many different ways, who can learn from each other, but perhaps most importantly, who have empathy. This means that respect and tolerance should be the most fundamental values guiding us in life, helping us to be worthy family members and citizens. This is the only path to a more peaceful human community. A few years back, at a youth conference in South Africa, I met Guy Bluford, the first Black American astronaut who flew the space shuttle. After his speech, during which he explained how learning mathematics was his key to becoming an engineer and escaping poverty, I asked him what surprised him most when he traveled to space. I shall always remember his response. I quote, "When you are up there and look down onto planet Earth, you can see the oceans and the continents very well, but you don't see the political borders. They exist only in our minds and in legal treaties." End of quote. This means concretely that from space our political divisions disappear. And what remains as the most important thing is our shared responsibility for a single fragile planet. Graduates of February 2026, you are the new ambassadors of Madan Bhandari University of Science and Technology. May you enjoy a happy life as individuals. May you behave as citizens committed to building a harmonious society. May you be successful professionals, not necessarily the pursuit of wealth and prestige, but in following your passions as you work towards making your dreams a reality. You are the future intellectual leaders of your community, so I invite you to attain this goal with the highest standards of professionalism and integrity. This means being always honest, fair, and generous with those whose life opportunities are more constrained than yours. May your paths of life be full of joy and meaning. May you remember to fill every day with random acts of kindness. And to finish in just a few words, be excellent in your work, be ethical in your choices, and be generous in your humanity.
Thank you, Dr. Jamil. I would like to request all of you to give a very great applause for his very insightful, motivational speech. I hope our new graduates will keep in mind to be a great educator, researcher, or a citizenship of our country. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to the core moment of our commencement ceremony, today's celebration, the conferral of degrees. As a faculty member of Organic Agriculture program at MBUST, I feel very proud and emotional today to see all of our first graduates, first cohort of MBUST getting their graduation degree. Personally, not only as a supervisor, but also as a colleague, I believe that I have been witnessing their struggle, their hard work, their journey, what they were, how they learned, and what they are today. I have seen you grown, matured, be confident, and deliver the research or education you have achieved. I strongly believe you will give back to the society, give back to the people what you have learned from MBUST. And also over these years, I have seen you grow in the laboratories, especially also plant protection biological lab. you have worked very hard and very dedicated for your research. So your dedication and perseverance have made this movement truly special. So today we are able to celebrate this commencement ceremony with the first graduates, first cohort of MBUST. Now I would like to invite our Director, Dr. Kriti Kusum Joshi, sir, for call upon our first cohort graduates. And also we request our President of MBUST to present the degree to the graduates. The proud woman, the proud supervisors, the proud team of MBUST.
Thank you, Dr. Ramakrishna. So there is a Chinese saying attributed to philosopher Lao Tzu: "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Respected Chairperson, Chief Guest, Dr. Salmi, Trustees, President, Vice President, distinguished guests, and my colleagues. Today marks a moment of pride and celebration as we recognize the hard work, perseverance, and academic excellence of our graduate students. All three students who will be officially graduated today have successfully completed the Masters of Applied Science in Organic Agriculture. Their dedication to sustainable agricultural advancement reflects the true spirit and mission of our university. Before proceeding further, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge and warmly welcome the parents of our graduating students. Yes, this दीक्षान्त समारोहसम्म विद्यार्थीहरू पुग्न सफल हुनमा विद्यार्थी विश्वविद्यालयको भूमिका सानो छ। ठुलो श्रेय चाहिँ विद्यार्थीहरूको आफ्नै अथक मेहनत परिश्रम लाई जान्छ श्रेय र त्योभन्दा धेरै योगदान आमा बाबु अभिभावकहरूको रहेको हुन्छ जुन हामीले सधैँ देखिरहेका हुँदैन। आज दीक्षित हुनुहुने विद्यार्थीका अभिभावकज्यूहरूमा चाहिँ म हार्दिक नमन गर्न चाहन्छु। We shall now proceed to the presentation of certificates. It is my privilege to invite our graduates to the stage to receive their certificates from the President of Madan University of Science and Technology. May I respectfully invite our President, Professor Joshi, to confer the certificates. I will call the names of the students in the order of their registration number. First, I would like to call Mr. Krishna Acharya. Tana completed his thesis on the promotion of community-supported agriculture, contributing valuable insights towards strengthening sustainable food systems and farmer-consumer partnerships. This is a proud merit by supervisors, Dr. Sabin Basi and Dr. Anupama Shrestha, whose guidance and mentorship have supported his academic journey. Congratulations to Thana and supervisors. So ladies and gentlemen, please give him a warm round of applause. Next, it is my pleasure to invite Ms. Sarnam Swedi. Sarnam conducted her research on collaborative physics of cauliflower, addressing an important challenge in organic vegetable production. Our work was carried out under the supervision of Dr. Anupama Shrestha, with continuous support has been instrumental in our success. Congratulations to Sarnam and our supervisor. Please give her a well-deserved round of applause. Last but certainly not least, may I invite Mr. Sushil Roy. Sushil completed his research on crop-hopping and grafting techniques in kiwi fruit, contributing practical knowledge for improving kiwi fruit productivity. He worked under the supervision of Dr. Anish and Dr. Amnath Giri. His mentorship has guided him throughout his research journey. Congratulations to Sushil and his supervisors. Please join me in giving him a hearty round of applause. As we celebrate their achievements today, we would also like to sincerely acknowledge the invaluable support of their parents and cousins. We extend our heartfelt congrats to all three graduates. May your knowledge, skill, and dedication continue to contribute to the advancement of organic agriculture in Nepal and beyond. We wish you every success in your personal and professional lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Kriti sir. Congratulations once again. Today I also feel very proud as well as emotional because first cohort and my first graduates are going to graduate today. And now we have already given them a degree on behalf of the graduating class. I would like to invite my first student from my lab as well as Organic Agriculture program, Ms. Somnam Subedi, graduate of Masters of Applied Science in Organic Agriculture, to share her reflections. Before that, let me take my name of my colleagues, Dr. Bhusan Shrestha, coordinator of our Organic Agriculture program, Dr. Rameshwar Rai, Dr. Sarvesh Das Dangal to stand up in their own places. And I would like to request everyone to give them a great round of applause because without their support, continuous help, teamwork, we couldn't have been able to give best graduates of MBUST. Thank you. Ms. Somnam, I would like to request you to come up and for your experience, sharing or remarks.
Honorable Chief Guest of this commencement, respected President, Vice President and Director, Honorable Member of Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, respected faculty and administrative members, dear parents, students and my fellow graduates. A warm good afternoon to you all. I am truly grateful for the opportunity to stand here and share the few words on this proud and memorable day. Today is not just a celebration of academic achievement, it is a celebration of personal growth, our friendship and dreams that took place right here at Madan Bhandari University of Science and Technology. I want to express my deepest gratitude to our university leaders for your vision and your dedication in creating the environment that encourages the critical thinking, that encourages our learning and growth. To our respected supervisor, I extend my heartfelt thanks for your continuous support, guidance throughout our academic years. Your mentorship has not only strengthened our academic foundation, but also shaped our character, confidence, and our discipline. I am equally grateful to all the faculty members for sharing your time, knowledge, and patience with us. I also extend my sincere thanks to the administrative members for your behind-the-scenes support that made our journey easier and smoother. I also like to thank the people and community of Chitlang where we have lived during these years for your support and your cooperation. MBUST stands as a growing institution with a strong vision to shape the capable student and contribute meaningfully to the nation building. And I truly hope and believe that this university will continue to do amazing things, continue to achieve those goals. And also I look forward to seeing MBUST growing in all the way, academically, institutionally, and globally. I say this with a great pride that I am an MBUST graduate. Wherever life takes me, I will always take this identity with honor. The success of this university is now our shared responsibility as a graduates. So as alumni of this university, I promise to do my part to uphold its value and contribute in whatever way I can. Today, my heart is full of gratitude. MBUST has given me more than education. It has given me the confidence, the friendship, and the version of myself I am proud of. What made my journey at MBUST truly special is the opportunity to work on the real-world problems research that felt meaningful and deeply personal rather than just a requirement of a degree. So I forever carry MBUST with me in my values, my work, and my commitment to give back in every possible way. To our juniors who are still walking this path, I want to say that remember that growth does not happen overnight. There will be the moments of doubt, pressure, and uncertainty, but trust the process. Use every challenge as a lesson. You seek the guidance without hesitation, and do not doubt on yourself. Make the most of your time at MBUST because these are the years which will not only save your career but also save the person who you will be becoming. To my fellow graduates, congratulations. As we step into this new chapter, I wish you the courage, integrity, and confidence to ready to face the challenge wherever life takes us. I also like to thank my family, my greatest supporter, and to all the well-wishers, to all my juniors and seniors at MBUST. Each of you know how important you were in this journey. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Finally, I extend my heartfelt wish to the Madan University of Science and Technology. May it continue to grow, produce more graduates who make a meaningful difference in the society. This is not the end of our journey. This is the beginning of another new journey, which is guided by the gratitude, which is driven by the purpose and rooted in the values we have learned here with MBUST. Congratulations to all of us and thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Savanam. That was wonderful. भले आज हामी 3 जना मात्रै छौं तर हामी त्रिशूल हौं हामी त्रिभुवन हौं हामीलाई के लाग्छ भने यो त सुरुवात मात्रै हो आगामी दिनहरुमा हामी 3 बाट 300 300 बाट 3000 हुने छौं हाम्रो शैक्षिक यात्रामा हामी सबैले भोगेका छौं अघि डाक्टर सालमीले पनि भन्नुभयो अभिभावकको ठूलो हात रहन्छ यो भाइबहिनीहरु नेपालको दूरदराजबाट आएर चितलाङ जस्तो ठाउँमा डेरामा बसेर आफ्नो 2 वर्ष जुन मेहनत गर्नु भएको छ त्यो चरणमा पुग्न जसरी सुपरभाइजरको हात छ त्यसै गरिकन उहाँको मातापिता परिवारको पनि हात छ सो आइड लाइक टु सी वेयर दे आर मैले कृष्णजीको धनकृष्णजीको बुवा देख्छु उहाँ देख्छु प्लिज उठ्दिनुस् त अरु को आउनु भएको छ प्यारेन्ट्सहरु प्लिज गिभ देम अ बिग ह्यान्ड गाइस these are the people actually they trust on us that children are in the second hand. Thank you very much. Now I'd like to proceed with the congratulatory messages from our esteemed trustees. We invite Mr. Padmasundar Joshi, Vice President for Administration and Finance, to introduce Trustee Professor Sujan Fortier, who will extend congratulatory remarks to the graduates. Thank you.
Chairperson of Board of Trustees of MBUST, our chief guest, member of Board of Trustees, and all distinguished guests today here. I'm going to introduce our very respected Professor Sujan Fortier. Professor Sujan Fortier served as Principal and Vice Chancellor of McGill University from September 2013 to September 2022. Prior to her appointment as Principal, she was President of Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council of Canada, holding positions as Vice Principal Academics, Vice Principal Research, and Professor of Chemistry at Queen's University. A native of St. Timothy, Quebec, Canada, Professor Fortier graduated from McGill with a BSc in 1972 and a PhD in crystallography in 1976. Her research work has focused on the development of mathematical and artificial intelligence methodologies for protein structure determination. Professor Fortier was appointed an officer of the Order of Canada in 2018 and is also an officer of France National Order of Merit. She holds honorary doctorates from Thomson Rivers University, Carleton University, and the University of Glasgow. Professor Sujan Fortier currently serves as Chair of World Economic Forum's Global University Leaders Forum, is a member of the Board of Governors of the Tectonian Israel Institute of Technology, and the University of the People and the HEC, Paris International Advisory Board. Let me invite Professor Sujan Fortier for her commentary, congratulatory notes. Thank you.
I'm too short. Namaste, bonjour. It's a great pleasure and honor to be with you today at the very first commencement of the University of MBUST. And first, I would like to congratulate the 3 master students here. I want to congratulate them for embarking on the journey of research and learning and for completing it very successfully. I also want to congratulate our honorary degree recipient who gave us a wonderful address, very inspiring and beautiful. I think we will all leave this commencement being uplifted and much more optimism about the future. I also want to congratulate the faculty members who guided the students through their journey, as well as the family members, the friends, the colleagues, the staff members who gave them support in the journey. Now, very few journeys go totally smoothly. There's always a few bumps on the road, as we saw coming to the campus today. But they all show that they have the resilience to move forward despite of those few bumps. So congratulations to you. As you know, you're the very first graduates of this university, so you will forever hold a very special place in the history of MBUST. And with this historical place that you also have a very special responsibility, which is to represent your university so that it continues to grow and shine, not only in Nepal, but all over the world. As you probably all know, commencement has 2 meanings. The word commencement has 2 meanings. The first meaning is the ceremony that we're having today, giving degrees, diploma, honorary degrees. That's one meaning. The other meaning is beginning. Le commencement, dans ma langue maternelle en français, the commencement is a beginning. And indeed, this is just the beginning for you. There are many more things that will happen for you. When you joined MBUST, you made a commitment to the very, very important mission of this university, which is to grow prosperous and just Nepal. This is a very important commitment that you have made. And what you have shown is that you have the talent, the determination, the courage, and the ambition to be builders. You will be great builders, and we all expect from you that you will play an important role in building, according to your mission, Nepal, your country, but also builders for a much bigger mission, which is to rebuild a world that is better fit for everyone, for every human being. So in conclusion, what I would like to say is simply wish you much success in the next chapters of your journey. This was a very important chapter and you succeeded in it, but there are many more chapters to come and many more peaks to reach in your life. So I wish you all the success and may you reach for the highest peaks. Congratulations. Félicitations.
Thank you, Dr. Fortier. Now, once again, we invite Mr. Joshi to introduce Trustee Professor Siram Ramakrishna, who will extend congratulatory remarks to the graduates.
It's again my pleasure to introduce Professor Siram Ramakrishna. Professor Siram Ramakrishna is the Professor of Mechanical Engineering and the former Vice President of National University of Singapore. Thomson Reuters recognized him among the world's most influential scientists' minds. Stanford Composite Score ranks him among the top 6 impactful researchers of the world in the category of materials, biomedical engineering, and enabling and strategic technologies. Professor Ramakrishna is the honorary Everest Chair of Madan Bhandari University of Science and Technology as well. Currently, Professor Ramakrishna is the Chair Professor of Xinhua University, Xinhua Distinguished Chair Professor, and Director of Eye Wearable Center, Department of Mechanical Engineering in Xinhua University. I would gladly invite respected Professor Siram Ramakrishna for his congratulatory remarks.
I would like to congratulate new graduates of MBUST and a senior graduate of MBUST and MBUST itself, because it's a very important period in the history of Nepal, MBUST, as well as the students and their families. I say this emotionally and proudly. I'm emotional because it's the first batch coming out of MBUST, an idea I was part of more than 10 years ago. At that time, we could not imagine an impossibility can be made possible. So obviously, that makes me emotional and also very proud. President Joshi gave a speech eloquently in Nepali. I can't speak Nepali, but I must compete with him, right? Do you agree? Good. So I was listening to your national anthem. 2 important keywords stuck in my head. Gnan Bhumi, Shant Bhumi. We all know Gnan, the translation probably not so perfect, is wisdom. A subset of wisdom is knowledge. And scientific knowledge is what is driving innovation. This university has a motto, innovate for economic growth. So you are wondering, this guy is giving a speech or a congratulatory note? It's not going to be a speech, it's going to be a congratulatory note, but I want to give the context. As Jamil Salmi, as well as other speakers said, it's really a historic moment in the world because the world is completely changing. You must accept it. If you look at all the information that's coming out, there is intense competition for science and technology-led innovation based on which economic growth will be crystallized. Big players are already pushing in that direction. In other words, whether we like it or not, that would impact Nepal and every citizen of Nepal. That's why we felt innovation is key. But the question is, like many of you, I have a similar background. Sometimes our families tell us, we don't have the right to dream big, or we don't have the right to innovate because we just don't have
the right socio-economic backgrounds. But that's exactly, I believe that everyone has the right to dream big. And by dreaming big, Nepal supporting creation of MBUST, that's why I feel very proud. It's a new university aiming to be a world-class university. I'm emotional because family members encourage their children to enroll in an unknown university with a promise, perhaps on water or white paper. Now, my more message to new graduates, not for the senior graduate, he knows everything. I must tell him, tell these three. Sometimes these messages come and go, and it's very hard to remember. So someone told me, keep it simple, catchy, and easy to remember. So there is one word which we all can remember. C-A-R, car. That's car, yeah? What does car, we can, if you remember car, how do we take each word or each character and then remember forever? C-A-R, C is curiosity. Curiosity is necessary for us to be innovative and also lifelong learners and face the challenges of the world and also create opportunities big. For that to happen, A is adjustment. No matter how we imagine life or the future, it doesn't happen the way we want it to be. So it's very important that we make adjustments in life, in our thinking, our perspectives. So A is about adjusting mind. The last one, R. Shall we have a quiz? What is R? R is resilience. Nepal, the climbers of Mount Everest, they understand resilience, for sure. So it's in your DNA, it's in your blood, resilience, right? So C, A, and R. If you remember it, if you practice it, I have no doubt, you will be successful. More than being successful, you will be happy. And you will make your family happy and MBUST very proud. With that acronym, CAR, I'd like to congratulate three of you, senior graduates, and MBUST itself for all the progress it is achieving. Again, I feel very emotionally connected. Last 10 years, I've been coming here consistently, and I have to come and further encourage you, be part of your future journey. Thank you, congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Ramakrishna. केही समय धैर्य गरिदिनु होला अलि कार्यक्रम लम्बिँदै त छैन अब लास्ट स्पिच मात्रै बाँकी छ केही कुराहरू मैले गर्न चाहे आधुनिक नेपाल बन्ने सन्दर्भमा विषय नगर्ची भन्ने व्यक्ति नभएको भए सायद नेपालको निर्माण हुँदैन थियो र हामी कसैका अधीनमा हुने सम्भावना बढी थियो विषय नगर्ची एउटा पात्र मात्र हो जसले एउटा मोहर दिएर राजा पृथ्वीनारायणलाई ल उठाउ पैसा भनेर जुन चन्दाको सुरुवात गरे र राजा पृथ्वीनारायणले आधुनिक नेपालको जग बसाले यहाँहरूलाई मेरो आग्रह यहाँ सबै आउनु भएको छ हामीसँग इन्डोमेन्ट फन्ड छ त्यो इन्डोमेन्ट फन्डमा 10 रुपैयाँदेखि 20 लाख रुपैयाँसम्मको डोनेसन हामीलाई प्राप्त भएको छ हामीले इन्डोमेन्ट फन्ड अघि राजेश सरले भनिसक्नुभयो विद्यार्थीको स्कलरसिपलाई स्टाइपेन्डलाई हामी प्रदान गर्छौँ मुठी दान हो सानो सानो थोपाले नै समुद्र बन्ने हो यहाँ यति धेरै चाहिँ मैले व्यक्तित्व वर्गहरू देखेको छु त्यसकारणले जाँदा जाँदै त्यहाँ क्युआर कोड छ मोबाइलबाट आजकल सजिलो छ आइसिटी डिजिटल टेक्नोलोजी प्रोग्रामले सजिलो बनाइदिएको छ यहाँहरूलाई मैले योभन्दा बढी भन्न चाहिन्न सकभर विद्यार्थीहरूलाई नेपालमै पढाउँ नेपालमै राखौँ भन्ने हाम्रो सदिच्छा हो नभए आजकल घर घरमा हामीले देखिरहेको छौँ मेरो छोरी पनि अमेरिकामा छ विडम्बना हामी सबैको त्यही हो त्यसो कारण सकभर नेपालीहरूलाई त्यो फोरम हामी यही दिउँ भन्ने हाम्रो उद्देश्य हो अब कार्यक्रमलाई अगाडि बढाउने हामी क्लोजिङ एड्रेसतिर जाँदैछौँ नेपाली औद्योगिक जगतका भीष्म पितामह, बुद्ध चाहिँ शान्त र शालीन व्यक्तित्व, बौद्धिक व्यक्तित्व र हाम्रा संरक्षक श्री पद्मज्योतिज्यू आफ्नो मन्तव्य दिनुहुनेछ। To conclude the formal proceedings, we invite the chairperson of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Padmajyoti, to deliver the closing address. Sri Jyotiju is a distinguished industrialist and national leader with a long-standing commitment to advancing education, innovation, and economic development in Nepal. With extensive experience in business and governance, he has been instrumental in guiding MBUST from its inception as a bold idea to its emergence as a growing center of excellence in science and technology. Mr. Jyoti is a strong advocate for collaboration between academia and industry, emphasizing the role of the university in generating knowledge that drive innovation, enterprise, and employment. Now I'd like to request Sri Padmajyoti Ji, the floor is yours.
धन्यवाद डॉक्टर सुबा धेरै प्रशंसा गर्नुभयो थ्याङ्क यू our eminent chief guest of this very impressive ceremony and our very historic ceremony, Dr. Jamil Salmi, and distinguished fellow trustees of MBUST, President Professor Joshi, and his amazing team of professors and faculty, distinguished guests, and our very dear students. I think Professor Sujan just mentioned very modestly, she was very modest to point out about the road. There were a few bumps, I think he mentioned. So I think each one of us, when we traveled here, I think we felt those bumps, I think all over our body. And some of the turns were dangerously very steep and sharp and deep. So it wasn't a smooth journey to this campus. The journey of MBUST has been similar. MBUST's journey from a dream to an actual scenic campus, where the bright students and the dedicated faculty have now started doing research for Nepal's prosperity, has been no less challenging. This is our very first historic commencement. So first of all, I join all our trustees and MBUST faculty in congratulating our pioneers, the first batch of students, master's degree program, Sabnam, Subedi, Sushil Rai, and Ramakrishna Acharya. Congratulations. The research project of each one of you is directly related to enhancing the production in our agriculture sector. So this is what our vision and mission has been. So I join our trustees and other speakers in wishing each one of you success and fulfillment in your future endeavors. We will always be cheering for you. At this milestone of MBUST journey, I think we should spend a little time reflecting on how we traveled to this time and this place. The seed of this university was planted 10 years ago. I come from an industrial and business background. When Professor Rajendra Joshi approached me with his idea, I was inspired by his dream, and I was privileged to organize a number of meetings and interactions with the business community as the then president of an organization, National Business Initiative. Let me, I can tell you a little bit about NBI in this context. NBI was established in 2005 during the violent Maoist conflict in our country by a joint decision of the major business federations and chambers of Nepal, who were scared for the future of Nepal. We were very scared. I was the founder president. Instead of remaining a victim and a bystander, we from the business sector decided to join the efforts on conflict mitigation and peace building to contribute to a sustainable peace in Nepal. Our motto was, no successful business is possible in an unsuccessful society, and no successful society is possible without successful business. We stood for responsible and ethical business practices and for social responsibility of business. Because business has to remember that responsibility is the price of freedom for their doing business. We also realized the important but missing linkages between universities and the business sector. So NBI started working those days with Tribhuvan University and Kathmandu University and their schools of management for development of courses on business ethics and corporate social responsibility, CSR. I'm mentioning this about NBI to show that there are sections of business and industry in Nepal who think like MBUST on many issues. Now coming to MBUST University, after Professor Joshi reached out to me as a representative of the business sector 10 years ago, we held the first round of interaction on 12th August 2016 in Kathmandu at Jyoti Bhavan, that happened to be my office, among a small group of Nepalese business persons. We discussed about the concept, relevance, and preparations for the proposed world-class university. At the time, we called it Nepal Institute of Engineering and Technology, NIET. 12 businessmen and 3 educationists were present in that discussion, and Professor Joshi, as we have seen again and again, presented the concept of the proposed university very powerfully, while representatives of Asian Development Bank and Ministry of Education presented their remarks. The main elements of a new world-class university were identified as, number 1, governance framework. Governance of most of the institutions in Nepal, unfortunately, suffer due to political interference. Sadly, even our educational institutions are victims of party politics. So we identified an autonomous governance mechanism through a board of trustees, constituted transparently and made free from party-based political appointments as a desirable model for the new university. So I can acknowledge the presence of Professor Suresh Joshi. He was one of the people who was in charge of leading us through the formation of this BOT. In a country like ours, the linkages between academia and business are weak or non-existent. So the meeting pointed out that research and other forms of partnership with industries should be an important feature of this new university if we want this university to contribute to the economic development of Nepal. After 2 similar interaction meetings, small meetings between the business sector and the university planners, I would say university dreamers like Professor Joshi, a large workshop was organized on 16 November 2016. We heard from the top national and international experts like Professor Jamil, Siram, they were all there, I remember. We were sitting in the audience and listening to you with great interest. This gathering came to the conclusion that a world-class university in Nepal, if correctly and successfully implemented, will catapult our country out of the vicious cycle of mediocrity and subsistence to an orbit of innovation and futuristic growth. The business community of Nepal realized the potential of this new university, therefore fully supported it. So far, so good in November 2016, but only on paper at that time. Then came the hard and persistent efforts of Professor Rajendra Joshi and his committed colleagues for 6 years continuously. And Professor Joshi is one rare person who never gives up. So finally, on 3rd August 2022, President Joshi miraculously succeeded in getting the government of Nepal to promulgate Madan Bhandari University of Science and Technology Act. Then after this, things started to happen quickly. The first board of trustees was formed by the cabinet in May 2023, and MBUST created a university structure, the required policies, and the faculty, and our first batch of students were admitted in November 2023. And finally, the university was in business. But I must say that this kind of university is unique for Nepal. It's a leap of faith. It carries a lot of hope from MBUST and a lot of trust on all of us on the dais. As you have noticed, our vision to be a world-class university and our mission to build a prosperous and just Nepal sound very, very simple, but are very deep and very broad. As everyone who has associated with MBUST realizes, this university works with certain core values. This is essential when we aspire to be a world-class university. We strive to work under the best governance norms, practice transparency, promote meritocracy, and use our scholastic excellence and research capability to benefit Nepal, its economy, and its people. This is how we will do our part in building a prosperous and just Nepal. It is also important that our vision, mission, and values percolate to every member of MBUST family. I am encouraged to see that this is already happening. The support from the government, the local community, and the stakeholders is an example of this. The tremendous goodwill and expertise provided by the renowned international trustees, the experience and full cooperation of eminent Nepalese trustees, all of this is guiding the MBUST direction and shaping the policies and practices of the university. Another example is our new university anthem or song, which you heard this morning. The renowned poet, Vyapul Maida, who wrote the lyrics of the new national anthem of the new Republic of Nepal, also wrote our university song. And he refused to take any remuneration for his work. All this is the power of a shared vision, mission, and values. However, as MBUST gets deeper into scientific and technological research in the coming days, I would like to add, we have to keep one thing in mind. I think that has also been mentioned by our eminent speakers before. Professor Jamil Salmi told us in university yesterday in another meeting that separating science from nonsense is always a good reminder. I think that is from Professor Jamil, I think coming from Canada, I think. So we have to remember Asia is a great storehouse of wisdom from ancient times, and Nepal is also the birthplace of Buddha. So we have to be mindful that science and technology are great resources and gives us tools to be used for good. History has shown us time and again that without wisdom, knowledge is either useless or destructive. So our Asian wisdom tells us that people were created to be loved and things were created to be used. Today, the world is in chaos because things are being loved and the people are being used. So finally, I want to say that this university is for all Nepalese, and it is for all our international friends and well-wishers. So please support this university to the extent possible. And we are happy to see the enthusiastic participation of many diverse people who come in touch with us. Everybody who comes in touch with us, he gets, I think, a little bit inspiration from this place. Now we have to reach out to many more people and widen the circle of MBUST family. Also, we remember that our journey does not end with this commencement. Actually, as has been pointed out by our new graduate, it has just begun. So our journey, the remaining journey, we know is still going to be quite long and still faces many obstacles. As the famous Sufi mystic poet Rumi said, as you start to walk on the way appears. Somehow, so far, MBUST seems to be fulfilling the prophecy of great grooming. So you and we all together can be confident that we are on the right path and we are optimistic of MBUST's bright future. Thank you very much.
धेरै धेरै हार्दिक धन्यवाद समादरणीय श्री पद्म ज्योतिज्यू. Now we'll do collectively sing our university anthem. तपाईहरुले जुन ब्रोशर पाउनु भएको छ त्यो ब्रोशरको पछाडीपट्टि हाम्रो गान रहेको छ र म यो माइकलाई यतापट्टि एडजस्ट गरिदिनु हुन अनुरोध गर्छु र कलाकार मित्रहरूलाई अगाडि आइदिनु हुन हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्दछु. यतापट्टि माइकहरु राखिदिनु होला अनि कलाकार मित्रहरू त्यहाँ राख्न सक्नुहुन्छ त्यो माइक त्यहाँ थाल्दिनु होला. मिनवाइल उहाँहरूले सेटअप हुन्जेलसम्म एउटा मैले अनाउन्समेन्ट गर्न चाहे. मैले अघि पनि भने थोपा थोपाले समुद्र बन्ने हो. भर्खरै मलाई जानकारी प्राप्त भएको छ हाम्रा बीओटी सदस्य शङ्करमान श्रेष्ठज्यूबाट MBUST इन्डोमेन्ट फन्डको लागि 50,000 को चेक प्राप्त भएको छ. उहाँलाई हार्दिक हार्दिक धन्यवाद. यसै गरिकन अरु साथीहरुबाट पनि आउँछ भन्ने मैले आशा लिएको छु र अरु कुरा पनि मैले भनिहाले. हाम्रो फोटो फ्रेम छ उतापट्टि साइडमा एउटा ब्युटिफुल आर्किटेक्चरले बनाएको कलाकृति छ जहाँ तपाईले फोटो खिच्न सक्नुहुन्छ फर मेमोरी. त्यो हाम्रो ब्रान्ड भ्यालुको लागि पनि काम लाग्छ. यो साइडमा हेर्नुभयो भने तपाईले त्यहाँ पाउनुहुन्छ. त्यहाँबाट फोटो खिच्नु होला. सोशल मिडियामा हामीलाई मेन्सन गर्नु होला. MBUST नेपाल भनेर फेसबुकमा मेन्सन गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ. सँगसँगै हामीले विभिन्न सुभेनियरहरू पनि योपालि हाम्रो स्टलमा राखेका छौं. एउटा पेन मैले पनि बोकेको छु. यो पनि त्यो हाम्रो इन्डोमेन्ट फन्डमै जाने हो. धेरै ठुलो आइटम छैन. पेन छ, किरिङ छ, त्यसपछि मग छ, वाटर मग, भेरी ब्युटिफुल. I also bought one, so I would like everyone to do that. So with this, let's start the national anthem. So first, let me read the names. Bakul Mailaजीले कम्पोज गर्नुभएको हो. राजु सिंह ज्यू जो यही हुनुहुन्छ उहाँले कम्पोज गर्नुभएको त्यसमा म्युजिक. अनि सिंगरहरू चाहिँ मिस्टर धीरज राई, मिस्टर भीषण मुकारुङ, मिस्टर सनु पौडेल, मिस्टर रोशन राई, मिस प्रशंसा साक्यर, मिस शिवानी मोक्तान, बबिना कार्की, मेचु धिमाल. म्युजिक टिममा मिस्टर नहराज थापा, मिस्टर उत्तम थापा, चन्द्र प्रकाश खरेल एन्ड मिस्टर नवकुल कार्की. उहाँहरूको सबैको संयोजनबाट हामीले एउटा ब्युटिफुल युनिभर्सिटी गान हामीले प्राप्त गरेका छौं. अहिले हामी त्यो गाउँछौं स्लो ट्र्याकमा. त्यो ब्रोशर तपाईहरु सँगसँगै छ. त्यो सँगसँगै गाइदिनु भयो भने हामीलाई लाग्छ आजको कार्यक्रमको सफलता मैले यसलाई मानेको छु. सो वी क्यान स्टार्ट नाउ. प्रार्थना साक्यजी, थ्यांक यू.
विज्ञान प्रविधिको लालिचाउन भयो उदय. मदन भण्डारी विज्ञान प्रविधि विश्वविद्यालय. नवप्रवर्तन आविष्कारमा छौं सदा कन्दमय.
धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद. That was a beautiful. Thank you very much. Be seated for a few minutes. अब म तीनजना विद्यार्थी दीक्षित हुने विद्यार्थीहरूलाई स्टेजमा आउन अनुरोध गर्दछु. एउटा ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ हामी लिन्छौं र फोटोग्राफ मित्रहरूलाई त्यहाँबाट फोटो लिदिन हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्छु. I'd like to request the BOT member to be stand with the graduates for a group photograph. Please be on stage. Yes. Sushil ji, Dhanaji and Sarnam ji. You can be on the stage somewhere standing there. या अलिकति अगाडि आइदिनु भयो भने आई थिंक बेटर धनजी उतापट्टि लाग्नु भयो भने हुन्छ नि उता स्टेज छ हो त्यहाँ उभिदिनु सजिलो हुन्छ ओके भेरी गुड ओके थ्यांक यू फोटोग्राफरहरूले फोटो खिच्न सक्नुहुनेछ Smile, please. Cheese. Chitlang. Thank you very much. So now we request everyone to stand as the commencement procession returns in the following order. Sukunda, please come forward and the flags. Few seconds, beauty, sir, orlai ekkechin. I would like the BOT member to be the reverse order. So first goes the Sukunda, then the flags, then the music band, and VPs and the director, BOT members in the same order as earlier, and the chief guest at the BOT chair at the end. So we can start the music. If somebody is listening me outside, त्यो धुन सुरु गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ त्यो बजाउनुस् त्यो बजाउनुस् त्यो मैले वान देखिसक्नु सबिन जी त्यो बजाउन भनिदिनुस् त प्लिज सुरु गर्न भनिदिनुस् अब सुरु गर्नु भयो हुन्छ प्रोसेसन Yes, first goes the Sukunda, then the flag. Then the music band, be ready music band. Yeah, keep on going there. Yes. Then the BPs and the director. Then the BOT member in the same order previously. At the end, we have chief guest and BOT chair as a guardian. May we request everyone to rise, please. Putidino hola आफ्नो कुर्सीमा as a respect to the procession. एकछिन जान हतार नगर्नु होला मसँग के अनाउन्समेन्ट बाँकी छ लन्चहरुको बारेमा ट्रान्सपोर्टेसनको बारेमा गिभ मी 1 मिनेट अब प्रोसेसन अगाडि बढ्दै गर्छ थ्यांक यू फर विथ अस बीइङ विथ अस फर दिस हिस्टोरिक ओकेजन अब यसपछि हाम्रो लन्चको प्रोग्राम सुरु छ लन्च खाइसकेपछि अब 2:30 त अहिले बज्नै लाग्यो त्यसकारणले लन्चलाई आधा घण्टा हजुर 1:30 बज्न लाग्यो 2 बजे 2:30 बजे लन्च खाइसकेपछि हामी सबै अतिथि महानुभावहरुलाई हाम्रा विद्यार्थीहरुले विभिन्न प्रोग्राममा गर्नुभएका रिसर्चको जानकारी लिन हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्दछौं भोलन्टियर विल शो यु द प्लेस अब लन्च खाइसकेपछि त्यो हल जुन देखिन्छ त्यो बिल्डिङमा त्यहाँ हाम्रो रिसर्चहरु विद्यार्थीको रिसर्चको प्रेजेन्टेसन छ गएर हेर्दिनुहोस् हामीले कुन कुन क्षेत्रमा रिसर्च गरिराछौं त्यहाँ देख्न सक्नुहुन्छ त्यसको साथै बसको ट्रान्सपोर्टेसनको कुरा पनि छ जो आफ्नो साधनमा आउनुहुन्छ उहाँसँग त्यो स्वतन्त्रता छ बसमा आउनु भएकोहरुले बस स्ट्यान्डमा 4:30 बजेसम्म आइदिनै दिनु होला 5 बजे शार्प 5 बजे बस त्यहाँबाट छुट्छ त्यहाँबाट बस अगाडि बढ्छ that's it please have a good time in Chitlang create memories and the launch को लागि तपाईहरु त्यहाँ जान सक्नुहुन्छ लन्च को कलर कोडिङ अनुसार भोलन्टियर तपाईलाई कोअर्डिनेट गर्नुहुन्छ भोलन्टियर भाइ बहिनीहरु त्यहाँ अगाडिपटि हुनुहुन्छ लन्च को कुपन कोड अनुसार तपाईले लन्च डिस्ट्रिब्युसन पाउनु हुनेछ थ्यांक यू फर तपाईहरुले हेर्न जाने बेलामा भोलन्टियरले सहयोग गर्नुहुन्छ आफ्नो कोड अनुसार फ्ल्याग को कोड कलर कोड अनुसार जानु होला र यहाँहरु सबैलाई पुनः हार्दिक धन्यवाद दिँदै आजको कार्यक्रम समाप्त भएको जानकारी गराउँदछौँ। थ्याङ्क यू।